What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Most Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, vibed out. It's a beautiful day. Start the week off the right way. What is it, Monday? Yep. Final week of the NFL season, too, man. So, you know, feeling good, man. Feeling real good. Can't complain. How things on your end?
Everything's great. I got a
like
shout
it.
out to Cal Monier for
Shout out
his
to
care
Cal.
package because there was some good shit in it. I
Oh,
don't know.
facts,
Did you try any
facts.
of the stuff?
Not the food stuff just yet, no.
I tried the maple pretzels.
Okay.
Those were bomb.
I
the
like it.
jerky was unreal.
Yeah.
I had original. I forget what the other flavor was. What
Was
flavor
it,
you got?
was yours teriyaki? Might have been
No, yours is
I got
teriyaki. I had the other two.
You got the smoke flavor. It's like all like smoked everything, everything smoked
I
or
like
something
the
like that.
smoked one
Yeah.
better than the original for sure.
Okay.
The honey,
Mhm.
I used some of the honey in my green tea over the weekend
Let's
as
go.
well. So
Let's go.
yeah, that was better than a Vermont T-shirt. I appreciate
Salute.
that.
Let's get
and
it,
I got
man.
the Vermont shot glass just chilling on my
Yeah.
shelf right now.
I like it. I
Waiting
like
to be
it.
used. Maybe a Crown Royal or a Grey Goose or something like that.
Oh yeah, you got to tap in with something, or even some tequila, man. Whenever you need something. you know?
Tequila's not bad either.
Heck yeah. But no, I have not had a chance to tap into that yet because I haven't cooked just yet. I think I'm scheduled to cook later this week though. So yeah, whenever I'm supposed to cook, I think he has it's a sriracha.
Yep.
That sriracha sauce. I want to try that with some of my stuff, man. So yeah, not yet, but coming soon, man. But yeah, definitely shout out to Cal. And shoot, I liked how that shirt looked though. I mean, when we went back and watched the recap, I'm like, bro, man, that shirt look a little nice with the, you know what I'm saying, how we was up on the camera and stuff. So shout out, man. Yeah, we always appreciate anytime, you know, people show love like that, man. And trust me, we didn't ask for anything like that. But whenever it is put out there like that, man, we do appreciate it, man. So, yeah, you know, man, like I said, man, definitely can't complain there. But yeah, what'd you get into this weekend? Did you watch the Pro Bowl games?
Hell no.
I love the
I really want to drop an F-bomb right now, but usually,
it's too early. It's the front of the show.
Usually you gotta gain
wait.
some momentum going into that.
30 minutes, then you can drop what you need to drop. Before 30, don't do that. All right, the first 30 and the last 30. We just gotta keep it safe.
Not only that, but usually I drop it when I'm referencing the Ben haters or Pickett haters. There's something that's got me riled up. Pro Bowl is just I'm indifferent to, but no, I definitely didn't watch it. No.
So I didn't watch it either. I watched some of the clips though, some of the highlights. It's just crazy, man. We're like,
We need the Pro Bowl back.
the direction we
Give us the
went
OG
into,
Pro Bowl back.
Like the direction the game has went into now, it does feel crazy. I'm just like, yo, how did we get this far? We're gonna spend some time. We'll tap into it when we get to the around the league part, but I did want to ask you on the front end. So, yeah. In fact, we're gonna tap into it. We're gonna start the show how we start the show. All right. So go ahead and drop where y'all tuning in from, man. So we get those big boy shout outs. Then after that, man, we'll talk about some of this Pro Bowl stuff and you know that type of content right there, man. I was just thinking about, yeah, because it's just silliness, man. But we gotta talk. I want to talk about a little bit of the silliness because I did see some of the clips. I did have some stuff I wanted to ask you. But we ain't gonna waste.
I'll give my best answers.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't see a lick of
This
it.
is perfect.
Okay.
That's what I was hoping. This is perfect. Absolutely. So yeah, let us know where you're tuning in from though, so that we can give you those big boy shout outs, baby. Let's go.
Richard Arbiza, the 310, Carson, California. Also watching Life the other night and instantly thought of y'all. The Upper Room.
Hey,
Yes, indeed.
the
Yes, indeed.
Upper Room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, man. Anybody that's seen that movie will get the inspiration, man. So absolutely love the movie Life, man.
Rod Dollars 330, Youngstown, Ohio. Share a line, baby. NSMC 99412, The Berg. DD Smalls. Gainesville, Florida, the 352.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Pittsburgh Toddy 86. Had to change my name because I got hacked. I'm good now.
Oh no.
I think. And he's tuning in from the 520, Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, we're not a fan of the hackers, man. Keep the hackers away.
Danon Strachan, PhD. 919, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Salute. Let me tap in real quick, man. I got Troy Johnson tuning in from the 559 Central Cali. Then we got O Hardy, the 310 Compton everybody. Shout out to Compton in the house too. I don't know, you said B. I don't know what that mean up there. Oh, you said everybody. I ain't tripping. I said it right. Yeah. But salute you, O Hardy, man, tuning in from the 310. Then after that, I got John Pale tuning in from the 423 Chat Town. I wonder if that is Chattanooga, but actually I do not know where the 423 is. What you think of 423?
No clue.
I'm thinking Chattanooga, Tennessee, but I'm not all the way sure if that is accurate. But either way, salute you. Then we got Jennifer Holiday, OHIO, is in the house tonight. Shout out to Ohio. And You know, we got an Ohio State guy that's going to be pulling up on the show later today, too, man. Will Allen, man. Going to be fun to talk with him for a little bit. My former teammate as well. And then I will stop and pass it back to you at the Samurai Finn because he's tuning in from the 703, Springfield, Virginia. Shout out to Springfield.
I'll say a few. Frankie Montellano. What's up from the 831? Saunas, California. Let's go Steelers.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, y'all confirmed that Chattanooga, that I was right. It was Chattanooga. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. All right.
That's a great guess.
Yeah.
Chilla 21. What up? Riverside in the house.
Riverside.
Last two. Noah. 613 Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Steele. The 410. Salisbury, Maryland.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
So what do you want to do? Hit the super chats, them Pro Bowl stuff? Or
Yeah. Hurry up. We'll do a quick. Actually, no. I want to talk about this Pro Bowl stuff first, man. All right. So, like I said, I ain't watched the whole thing, but I was on social media for a little bit this weekend. And of course, when you go on social media, you get that type of content. They're going to show you some of the highlights, show you some of the clips. All right. In terms of, I believe it was the dodgeball. I did like that. It was still exciting. It was still fun. Shout out to Minka. Minka was balling. He did his thing.
Who won the Pro Bowl? How did they determine who won?
I was like, I ain't watch all that. I ain't got all that info for you, man. I know the NFC won because Minka was upset
They
afterwards.
won the whole thing or just the dodgeball?
I feel like they won the whole thing because Minka was definitely upset afterwards, and it looked like he was upset because the whole thing was done, okay? But I will say, I did like the dodgeball. I thought that was cool because that is something that, as NFL players, I mean, we do some of that even with some of the workout stuff like that. When you're talking about like fun off-season stuff to do, even at the collegiate level, we would do some of that just to work out. So it was cool. So I did like that, the nostalgia part, you know. I even like they had a little thing. It kind of looked like the OG American Ninja type competition where they're like running through these little like barricades and stuff like that. And it's a race for skill. I'm like, okay, cool, because it's different. And it kind of gave you the OG feel with the Pro Bowl. You know how they would have the different events leading up to the actual game, right? You got the bench contest, you got the accuracy contest, and then you have like that, like, you know, just the most well-rounded athlete contest. So it gave me that vibe. I like that as well. Wasn't the biggest fan of how they were trying to hype up some of the accuracy stuff because I felt like they were trying to push a narrative to me. They were giving me the Tyler Huntley. Look at Tyler Huntley go at the end of this thing. Look at the accuracy. He's the guy that decided if I'm like, yo, you trying to force feed it. Don't force it now. Don't force it. He's there. Cool. Don't you force that content on me. I felt like they tried to force that on me. Derek Carr was cool. The Derek Carr content was cool. The Tyler Huntley was forced. I wasn't feeling it. I like Derek Carr.
You know what? That is the one thing I did see, him and the accuracy.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you're right.
Yeah.
They were trying to push it. Like,
they were.
He's throwing dots.
Yeah.
He's smoking that Pro Bowl voting pack or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just like, bro,
I don't want to hear it. He shouldn't be in there in the first place.
Yeah, chill out. I don't want to hear that. Y'all can save that. But Derek Carr, I thought it was dope because even at the end, RC was interviewing him and he made a comment about, you know, how if I was playing like this, I would have been here.
You know what? I saw that too. Maybe I did see more Pro Bowl content than I actually let on.
You know, so he was self-aware in that moment, and it was kind of funny. So I did like that part. In terms of the flag football element of the game, though, it was weird for me, man. Like, yes, flag football is becoming a thing, and it's growing, and I get that. But it's still something when I watch NFL football, I want to see them in the past. I want to see them actually playing like real football, not the flag football stuff. And that did give me a little bit of a letdown, even though it did look like they were having fun. I will throw that out there. But Myles Garrett, he ended up getting hurt.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that, man? Do you think that could be something,
that's something
where they have to like change it again to make it even less dangerous? Or do you look at this as, you know what, man, one off, it is what it is, and just roll? Because he is a significant player when you talk about who he is league-wide, obviously who he is to the Cleveland Browns. It's made me wonder.
I feel like these were some of the concerns we had already whenever they switched from the Pro Bowl game to these Pro Bowl games is you can still get hurt doing any of this stuff.
Yeah.
As long as you're exerting yourself in some type of physical way or doing athlete type of stuff.
Cutting, jumping, yeah.
Because I don't think anyone was concerned about concussions with the Pro Bowl games, right?
Never.
You're concerned about ACL, Achilles, that type of stuff. And you could still get that doing these games.
That type of stuff, bro.
I don't know where they go from here. I'd just rather go back to the Pro Bowl game at this point. At least
That's
do
how
that.
I felt, bro. I'm like, if I'm going to get hurt, let me get hurt playing real football. I don't want to get hurt doing any dodgeball, any American Ninja, any flag football. Like, let me get hurt doing the real thing, bro. And that was like how I definitely felt towards the end of it, like once it was all complete, after they tried to push it, even the Madden part, right? Even that was kind of cool, man. Seeing Marshawn and a couple of the guys in, I'm like, okay, cool. I like how y'all trying to split it up, cool. But I still feel like I need that game. I need like the real football element of it, man. So yeah, does it need to go back to Hawaii to get that feel again? Do you think that would be it? Like, what do you think, bro?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't care where it's played at.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the Pro Bowl that much to be gun-ho and say, bring back the Pro Bowl game, because I don't even watch that to begin with. But I will say, even though I think last year was the worst of the worst, right, in terms of the Pro Bowl game?
No, 2 years ago. The last one, or was it last? No, because last year they did the video game.
No, yeah, that was for COVID, right?
Yeah.
And then Mac Jones was last year where he ran through everyone and no one tackled him.
Yeah.
At least that, I will say this, that's better content than probably whatever came from the flag football game, right?
I would agree. Like, I think the content I saw was Stephon Diggs throwing a pick to Trayvon Diggs, and Trey ran it back for a touchdown, and I'm just like, it doesn't really hit the same to me, bro. They're chasing at the flags. I'm like, the only contact I saw was Jalen Ramsey bumping into Tyreek Hill. I'm like, you know what I mean?
I saw one highlight of literally Sean Taylor just delivering. Did you see this?
Because you know who he hit?
Who?
Brian Mormon, bro.
I don't know who that is.
He was the punter up in Buffalo, Pro Bowler, dope dude, bro. The one time when he just killed him, right?
He's
Pro
not
Bowl.
from. Yeah. They showed that highlight.
Yes,
I was like, we get back to that Pro Bowl, but that's never gonna happen. But that's insane to see that the Pro Bowl was actually played like that, and that wasn't too long ago. That was what, 0405?
Not at all. Yeah, they smashed the dude, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, shout out to Brian Mormon though, man. That's my Bills guy, bro. Yeah, that's my Bills partner right there.
I couldn't believe he got up whenever I saw it today. I was like, wait, did he just get on? Is he just on the ground and he got up?
And it's funny. When I came to Buffalo after that, he would be like adamant, like, I don't want to run fakes. He's like, I'm good.
So he stayed up in Buffalo that long.
Wow, yeah, he's like a legend up there, bro. Yeah, big time dude up there, absolutely. But yeah, that was one of them things. Like, I'm good on the fakes. I'm good on that. Yeah, and all because of that play right there, bro. Yeah.
The reason to just not do anything related to the Pro Bowl, anything physical, is so you don't get this alternate stuff that we keep having the problem with.
Right.
Or you're talking about the 7th or 8th alternate getting in and they don't deserve it.
But if you don't have actual activity, what separates Pro Bowl from All Pro?
I don't know. That's what I was actually just trying to think of.
Because that's like my only dilemma. Pro Bowl has always been like that's why like we could minimize the value of Pro Bowl, because like, all right, yeah, you're still dope, but you're not elite. Like All Pro is like the elite of the elite. No alternates, just the top two at their position typically, and that's how they would roll with it. Pro Bowl, you had a little bit more grace, and it was like, all right, you played the game, and that's why typically it would just be more entertaining, it's more fun. But if you take the game away, now I'm sitting here like, are we trying to hold the Pro Bowl to the same like class that we look at as like All Pros then?
Even the All Pros a little flawed in my opinion, but
I could understand your stance on that.
But so I'm trying to see, because NBA does like first team All NBA, second team, third team. But in the NFL, you can make the Pro Bowl and still make All Pro. Like there's no differentiation there. Yeah.
No, you said it back. You can make All Pro and not make a Pro Bowl though.
Oh, I guess even vice versa.
Yeah,
vice versa.
Absolutely.
So what's the distinction? What I mean is, like, who was the first team All Pro? Mahomes made first team All Pro this year, and also he made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
But in the NBA, you have like your one class, just first team All NBA, then the second team. There's not like the dude in the third team also made the first team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what you mean by that. Yeah.
Does NBA have any other awards outside of those first team? I know they have MVP and stuff, but every league has that. Then after that,
it's like rookie team, sophomore team, that type of content, right? More like
NFL has that though. Yeah. Is the NFL the only one where you have like Pro Bowl, All Pro, and they're both ways that we acknowledge good players, where we put them together as a team?
We definitely acknowledge them both like separately.
As something.
Yeah, but they both hold a certain level of standard or a certain level of class.
Is the NFL the only league that has two?
Because I don't know hockey like that to know if they have awards like that, nor baseball.
They have the All-Star game, NBA.
Right, but I'm saying like it's not like an NHL, like, yo, they're All-Star, but then they have
I guess
all
that's
NHL or All Pro.
I guess that'd be it. Yeah, the Pro Bowl's like the All-Star game.
Right.
Versus All Pro would be like the first, second, third team All NBA type of stuff. Yeah. That's what it would be. Yeah. It's just that the NFL Pro Bowl's at the end of the season, and that's happening at the same time as all the awards.
So it just seems like it's way more significant, whereas
it all gets mixed together.
Yeah.
Either way, if you want to call the Pro Bowl an All-Star game, Tyler Huntley should not be in any All-Star game.
It is an All-Star
should not
game.
be anywhere around any All-Star
I would
game.
agree. I would agree. So don't try to push that content on me, NFL. Thank you. Okay. But obviously that wasn't the only thing that was circulating around this weekend. I figured I didn't want to come in hot. I wanted to come in something soft like that, a little fun. Man, we had your boy, making some claims about some of our teammates. One of my partner-doms. Yo boy, Antonio AB, Mr. Big Chest, put it on. That guy. Did you see his comments? Were you made aware of?
Who didn't?
Shout out
Didn't
to my
expect
dog,
to see that
Debo.
before
Shout
I
out
went
to
to
my
sleep
dog.
on Friday night.
Can we talk about it? I just,
Yeah.
Can we? Yeah.
What do you got?
So for those that don't know, over the weekend, I believe it was Friday. Was it Friday? It was like late Friday,
Friday
early
night.
Saturday, yeah. But AB, Antonio Brown, former wide receiver of this parish, was on his social media live, talking away. And he was talking about how he has his CTE, and he was talking about where he felt it originated from. He said it was due to his teammate, James Harrison. Hit him one time too hard. Never felt the same after that. And he said he was using an illegal helmet for like 20 years. Shout out to the math, too. I was like, 20 years, bro? Holy cow, man. Either way, I know
Way to throw your teammate under the bus.
Hey, bro.
Using an illegal helmet.
Hey, I was like, dang. So it's the legal helmet, the 20 years. Like, what else you going to say about this man right now? All right? But yeah, so as you could only imagine, that began to make crazy headlines. And to the point where, yeah, even a guy like me who don't be on the gram like that, or don't be on the Twitter like that, or don't be on the snaps like that. And it was like, bruh, you got to see this. So, yeah, my initial reaction was, what the heck, AB, man? You got to chill, bro. You wildin'. For a couple of reasons, man. When it comes to the CTE stuff, man, it's still a lot of stuff that's getting, research stuff like that, man. So whenever you start making them claims or using that as a justification or anything like that, I always feel like it's a little bit premature to make those type of claims, man, without actually having that concrete type of evidence. Second thing is this, man. I've seen Debo's helmet. I was very, very familiar with Debo's helmet. The construction of it, the alterations that were made to it. Because I, too, consider making alterations to my helmet. But I can confirm, Debo's helmet was never illegal. There was nothing illegal about
no spikes on it or anything?
I can assure you of that. Now, Debo did take alternative measures to protect the padding in his helmet to make it more sufficient to reduce concussions. He did do that, and that was something that I looked at and be like, you know what, man, I like what you're doing here. Let me get some information on that.
Sounds like a good idea.
It's an expensive idea. That's the thing you also have to remember. Not every team wants to spend what you're going to have to spend to do some of the things that he was doing to make his helmet just more safe for him specifically because of some of the stuff that he dealt with head injury wise. But, that's the first thing. So shout out to my dog Debo. Never had an illegal helmet that I saw, and I was on it for 4 years. Okay, just throwing that out there. All right. Not the whole 20 years that he played, apparently, with this helmet, just for the 4. But once again, though, AB, it's like, bro, why you got to say that about the homie? Why you got to say it was Debo?
I thought Debo was in his corner for a lot of this.
Early on, when AB was tripping out, who did the interview with him? Debo. Remember that? Debo had his back. I was like, come on, man, don't do that to my dog Debo like that, man, But yeah, baby, yeah. What was your thoughts on my man AB, though, man?
I had so many thoughts. How does AB know he has CTE?
Why
I don't
he
think
say it was
that's
7?
possible.
Why he ain't blaming on Ben? That's what I'm saying, man. Put somebody else in there. Why you got to throw Debo was just a chill dude out there, just minding his business, not causing no trouble with nobody. And y'all gonna throw Debo name out there, get his heart rate going up like that. Debo don't need that stress in his life, man. He ain't got no hair either way. That hair gonna keep falling out even more so, man. Love my dog, but you gotta chill, AB. All right? You gotta chill. But what's up, man? Like,
AB knows he has CTE. I don't think that's possible till after you pass.
That's what I thought as well from all the research that I've done. Yeah, because they have to slice your brain open and look for the dead tissue and say, oh, that's the CTE area right there. It's hard to do that while you're alive without killing you, if you catch my drift. So once again, how do you, but
if he's being sincere and he's saying maybe he has signs of CTE, maybe he should get that checked out then.
I also would agree with that as well, my brother.
But if he's not sincere, because based off his tone in that video, it didn't seem like he was that sincere.
I would agree.
It sounded like he was maybe mocking CTE or people that think he has CTE. Also,
And
it
this is
seemed like
AB.
he was under the
Yeah.
influence of something and
That's
just
what I was
decided
about
to
to
go
say.
live and
Yes,
just started
yes,
saying
yes.
some random shit. And
The
that's what
fact for
happened.
him to even go live, I'm just like, AB, what we doing here, baby? What we doing? What we doing? But the problem is he talk a lot. He be saying this, Lord, it made me nervous. It made me nervous. Keep going.
And I think the last thought that came to my mind is maybe he just wants attention. And then I came to the conclusion it's probably a combination of all those things.
I also agree with that. It's funny, man. Wifey was like, "Babe, what's going on with AB?" I said, "Babe, he just need attention. Just let him get some attention right now." he posted the joint with when he was butt naked with the chick on the balcony. It ain't hit the way he wanted to hit. He did the whole baby mom in the bed exposed. Cool. It ain't hit the way he needed it to hit. He said, "All right, I'm going after Debo now." I get it. I'm scared to even be acknowledging this topic because maybe he gonna come after me next, and I don't even know what he gonna say about me. All right, but either way, it's just like. Dude, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come out defending something that never
know what I'm saying?
happened.
I'm just
maybe.
like, yo, I don't even know.
If you could just spew
I don't
out,
know.
Debo played 20 years in the league and had an illegal helmet.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And gave him CTE. I'm just like, yo, if you could throw that about Debo, I don't even know what you're gonna come up with, man.
Okay, that's the next thing. How did Debo give him CTE?
Make it make sense.
Practices weren't like that, right?
Make it make sense, bro.
Debo was on the Bengals for 1 year, but I don't remember him jacking up AB like that. That was perfect.
It was perfect. Yes, it was.
So is he
Yes.
thinking it was perfect, but it was Debo?
Maybe-
Debo was
may-
actually on your
Maybe
team
he
though,
mixed the
during that
years
game?
up. Maybe he mixed the years up. Maybe that's what it was, bro. Maybe that's what it was, bro. I don't know. But either way, I'm just like, yo, it ain't a good look, baby. But yeah, it makes me nervous to even just. I'm like, yo. You can't just be throwing them claims out, man. I mean, you see how he just go after whoever you want to go after, bro. It's just like it's crazy. It was 7, then it was Brady, now it's Debo. TG, you better be looking out, man. Everybody that be rocking with him heavy, he'd come at you, man.
Yeah, those
Those
all
are the guys. Think
that
about it.
were on his side.
Think about it, bro. I might be in the clear because I did say, hey, man, I'm off of this train. So yeah, I should be good. But yeah, that's
Maybe those guys have shown him tough love.
Maybe
But
that's what
all
it was.
on his side. Am I wrong? I don't know as much about Harrison.
No.
but-
Publicly, bro, Debo definitely was on his ride. He was riding with him.
But would he confront him about shit? As much as maybe Ben or Brady has? At least what we know, too.
Nah. A little different.
So, yeah, what's
Yeah.
the theme here in these attacks
That's
by
what I'm trying
AB,
to figure out, bro. Yeah.
I'm just trying to thread the needle.
Because it's usually like the people that really rock, like really do the extra for him. And it's like, yo, he goes crazy on him. I don't know, bro. I do not know, man.
Well, we're hoping AB is okay. He gets, the help he needs if he needs help. I don't know what to make of it, but he did provide us some entertainment on that Friday night or
He did.
through the weekend.
He did.
Gave us something.
So, every time we talk about Abe, I'm going to spin the block on you. Hey, would you sign him back if you could sign him back today? I'd just be asking, because
No.
we've gone a long way. I just never know if we're still in that direction or if we start backtracking.
No. Once Ben retired,
Uh-huh.
done with AB officially.
Okay. So you're done.
Yeah, same with
100%.
Martavis.
It's
Yeah.
over.
Just that era. Yeah,
It's
we're
done.
done.
Moving.
We're done.
It's turning the page.
I know people
We
are
did
even...
get upgraded in our wide receiver room, though, today.
Yeah. Yeah, him versus Pickens for wide receiver 1.
Whoa. Would it be a competition?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it played out, I think. Although, listen, dude. Time's flying. AB just took a whole year off football. He's, 34, 35 now?
Yeah, I'm 34, so he's got to be 34, yeah.
I do think he could beat out Deontay.
Okay.
I think it's Pickens' time, though.
What's the
Just where
difference?
he's at in his career,
What's
going
the
into his
difference?
second year like that.
Okay.
AB versus Deontay? Ah, come on. You're
All
teeing
three
me
of
up
them.
here. You're
I'm saying
teeing me
all
up.
three of them. Tell me about all three.
AB versus Deontay. AB ain't dropping the ball. And
Fair.
he can route run like Deontay. He's
Okay.
going to get open like him. And then AB versus Pickens, I think it's just proven versus unproven right now.
Okay. All right, I got what you're saying there. Okay.
If you think Pickens is going to take that next step like I do, I think he's wide receiver 1 over AB at AB
This
stage
stage.
of his career.
Okay.
Right.
Nah, fair enough.
And given, too, the last time we've seen AB playing, it was with the Bucs, and he was like wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3, depending on what year you're looking at. It wasn't hitting the same like it was with the Steelers.
Okay.
That would be a tough wide receiver room right there, though.
Nah, it would. It definitely would.
Where would you have him if you're doing those rankings?
Oh, it's
If
easy
we
for
brought
me.
him in.
It'll be AB number 1.
AB over Pickens?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pickens still got to learn to run routes at the NFL level. I think he will develop that. But even in year 2, he's not going to be developed to the point where I've seen AB run routes. You know what I mean? The big question mark that I would have between both of them, because I take AB's hands over Pickens' hands, and Pickens got
That's tough.
elite hands. He has elite hands.
You're right. That's
Trust
how good
me.
AB was, though.
Yeah, Pickens has elite hands, but AB, I ain't seeing, like, AB was different, bro. The big question I would have at this stage would just be, can I get 17 games from him? Not on a, like, is he going to trip out, but, like, from a physical health standpoint, just because a year away from the game, you're older now as well. That's when you start to really start break down. You talk Julio, you talk some of these older, like, elite tier guys. When they got to that stage, that's when their body really started to break down. So for AB, I'll be more concerned about that. But if he's healthy, man, yeah, I think AB beats both of them dudes, because he got the elite level route running like a Deontay, but he has the elite hands like a Pickens, and he can take the top off of defense. And we know he tough as heck. He can make combat catches. You know what I mean? He's not necessarily a one-trick pony right now. He still can do the whole gamut. Whereas for Pickens right now, he's still limited to just being a vertical or a stop back shoulder type guy. He's not really running like the full tree just yet. I think he will be doing it though. But for me, I just look at it like, even him in year 2, I don't think he's going to pass where AB is at right now per se. But dude,
that'd be the only question with him is rust, because you're seeing some of the other guys in his era, like AJ Green's retiring. Yeah, Julio Jones, he ain't the same. So could AB be an outlier? Mm-hmm. He's been an outlier his whole career, so it's not something I'd put past him.
Yeah. Now, that's just on a football standpoint. If we talking the mentality and is he going to be a locker room cancer? Nah, we ain't signing for none of that. I'm just throwing it out there right now. All right. That'd be heck no. It's all the way over as well. And I'm not even talking about him realistically coming back. It was just fun to bring it up because he's still close enough in age, because of how talented he was, to that, you know, you can kind of have that conversation right there. Shout out to AB. Yeah, and no shout out to AB at the same time. I guess
we wouldn't have to draft Jordan Addison then if we brought back AB.
Nah, we would feel good. We would feel great. We wouldn't feel great about the dynamic of the room. We would feel good about the talent in the room, though. We would sleep well at night with the talent. We would not sleep well at night when you think about the dynamic, what's being said to George Pickens potentially, what's being said to Kenny Pickett potentially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that dynamic. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I can only imagine if AB got on Juju. What would that dynamic look like?
That could be real bad for
business.
Holy hell.
And
Pickens' temperament does not give me Juju temperament. Juju, I've seen the Juju dynamic with AB. It's like, all right, I respect it. That's little bro. All right, salute. Like, Juju is more, we could laugh it out. We can go that route. Pickens don't give me, I'm like, ha, ha, ha. Like, let's TikTok it about it. Nah. Pickens, you know, it's kind of like when you're growing up in the household with another brother, or you growing up, you know, you got your team and you like, I want to see if I'm the big dog. Pickens give me, he want to see if he the big dog. I don't know how AB, that could be a little rough right there. That'd be a little rough. I like it though.
You want to hit these super chats in?
Let's tap in. Oh, hit that like button on the front of this thing too, please. Yeah, I was trying to think. Was there anything else that went on spicy this weekend, man?
Around the league?
Yeah.
Oh, around the league stuff. You see Brady's not committing to the booth for 2023.
Yeah, I did see that. They got the man for a 10-year, was it 300 to 375 or something like that?
Come on, man. Come on. He's like, yeah, I just want to sit back, look at my options a little bit, spend some time with family. I want to be so good at broadcasting. I need to, you know, take this year to really see what it's like. Don't they say you get better at something when you actually do it?
Yeah, Brady, trust me, Brady.
Is he thinking?
What we talked about this though. Remember, the whole thing when you make that decision, you never lose the desire to play. This is still very fresh for him. I think he's taking a smart approach by just simply saying, you know what, just give me some time. Because when you just start making crazy commitments because that's what people expect you to do, or if you don't do it, they're going to look at you some type of way, I think that's when you get yourself in a bad scenario. But for Brady, he's just like, you know what, let me just take my time. This is first time being retired without a wife. You know what I mean? This is first time where he really felt like, you know what, man, like it is all the way over like that. So that's the part for me where I want to see just like, yo, take your time with it. And find out what you really want to do right now. When you got that TV deal a year ago, did you really want to do TV? Or was it because, well, Drew Brees got a TV deal, Romo got a TV deal, and all the quarterbacks get TV deals, so you're supposed to go? Was that it, or did you really want to do that? I think right now, you just kind of get that chance to just sit there and be like, you know what, man, what do I really want to do? Do I want to just travel for a whole year? Do I want to do movies? Do we want to work on his TB12 company? You know what I mean? Like, I think it just gives us some options versus him just saying right now, hey man, I'm hopping in that booth, or right now, hey man, I'm gonna come back and try to play football. I just think right now, man, just give him some time to just breathe and figure that thing out, man.
Does that change your opinion on him coming back or not? Does that change percentage chance for you?
I don't think it changes, because to me, this is all a part of when you retire. Like, man, you go through these emotions and they keep going. You know what I mean? In that first year, it's gonna be crazy intense for you. It's gonna be some days where you like, man, bump that. I'm ready to come out. Bump it. I ain't staying retired no more. There's other times where you like, nah, man, I'm glad I made the decision. But like, that's the day to day for it. You do like when you first retire. That's what you go through, man. Especially for how long he played. Absolutely, man. So I think for him, man, it's just you going through that day to day of it, man. And you got people in your ear doing what? Like how you smirking, right? Hey, man, so you about to come back there? Does that what this mean? So you got that crowd over there. You got that crowd over there.
49ers are gonna
you got the other crowd over here that's like, man, hey, take your time with it. You good? Then you got the other crowd that's like, hey, man, maybe you want to pursue, just the family life, the dad life. Maybe that's what you want to do. But it's like you got all these different people pulling at him. So for him, yeah, take your time, baby. Take your time. You ain't got to make no decision right now.
Yeah, you're right. Not too many other headlines, though.
I like it.
Wilson's QB coach won't be in the facility for the Broncos. Sean Payton confirmed that. I guess he had one of his coaching gurus around, almost like Brady up with New England.
Yeah.
And what was that dude's last name? Guerrero?
Yeah.
I guess Russ maybe had a dude like that in Denver.
Maybe it was bad. Maybe it didn't work for him down there. So if I'm Sean Payton, and that was the dude that made you look like this, Russ, I'm firing him for you. That's what I would do.
Like I said when we were talking AB, wide receiver A.J. Green retiring. Yeah, it's probably about time.
Yeah, because what? AJ was at 34? Yeah, AJ got to be 34.
2010, right? It was around there. 2009, 20. No, 2010, 2011.
He's after me. He's 11. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was my freshman year in college when they got Dalton and Green.
Nice.
Yeah, NFC won 35-33, it looks like. I'm not seeing many other big headlines, though. That's ESPN. I could check NFL.com.
Oh, no, we good. We good. Otherwise, when we tapping on these supers, baby. Yeah, we are good.
Saints slated to hire Woods as defensive coordinator. Who's that? I don't even know who that is.
Oh, no, I know what it was. Flores.
Oh.
He got that second interview out there in AZ.
He got some DC interviews, too. Mm-hmm. Was it with Denver and Vikings?
Yes, Denver and Vikings for the DC spot, but he had a second interview for the head coaching spot out in Arizona.
We talked about it. AZ made a ton of sense.
Arizona, Pittsburgh West, man.
Does that become the gravitational pull just should be in that direction because, former Steeler goes to Pittsburgh West. It just is what it is.
He the favorite?
I think he should be. I've been hearing conflicting reports, though.
Me too.
That he's out of the running, even though he did the second interview. But then I'm also seeing stuff. It looks like they're still interested. I have no clue what to make of it.
Yeah, like I said, to me, I think it would make sense for them to bring him in. But at the same time, I do hear the conflicting reports out there.
I wonder, again, this goes back to whenever the Browns were looking for him at D.C. Mm-hmm. I wonder how he's looking at the Vikings D.C. position or the Broncos D.C. position versus just staying here in Pittsburgh and knowing the continuity we have here. Yeah. At least just for another year. It's not like he's going to be in Pittsburgh long term, but maybe he just
you don't think
stays
the
here and then can
DC
scan the
spot would be
market next year.
A good spot, though?
I think Denver will be better than the Vikings.
I thought Denver just...
did they hire someone?
I thought they did.
I'll check.
Yeah, I thought they did. I could be off, though.
Maybe Evero. No. Yeah, there's confusion here. It says Evero out as Broncos DC amid outside interest. Yeah, it looks like they're still going. Sean Payton to Kentucky DC interviews. I would take Broncos over Vikings just because of the personnel.
Got you. See, for me,
it'd be easier to step into.
For me, I like Vikings team as a whole, and I think personnel. Yes, Broncos have better defense personnel, but I think the Vikings defense is good enough with the better team as a whole. I think it's a better situation for him. Whereas, I don't personally still believe in that Broncos offense. Like, I know Sean Payton's gonna come in. We're gonna see if he can work a miracle, but if I'm hanging my hat on something, I'm just like that Vikings team as a whole is going to win. They're going to keep it competitive. We can score on offense. Defensively, we got pieces over there, man. And I think he's still a dope enough coach that for what you're missing, you can still like make up for it situationally and stuff like that. So that's why I kind of lean more to that Vikings job than the Broncos job.
I feel like either way, he'll get credit if both do well. The knock would be on the Broncos, as everyone would say, Sean Payton. But I feel like they'll get enough publicity. If that defense is still humming,
he'll be good.
I think he'll be getting like pointed to as like, oh yeah, he came over here. He got this Broncos defense playing even better than last year. Vikings, though, would be the bigger storyline for sure because the Vikings defense was pretty much abysmal this year. And if you get Flores in and make them top 10, that could help him. So I think you get what I mean. I think both he'll get credit. It might be a little bit more with the Vikings though, but I think he has a better chance at success with the Broncos because of the Broncos personnel.
For sure. Well, you know the Vikings got the better quarterback, so that's why I was leaning with that one.
We had this discussion with
we
TG,
did have
right?
this. We did have
you
this discussion.
said Kirk.
We did have this discussion. Yeah. 2022, Kirk was the better quarterback, man. Eyeball test.
I got too many Kirk Cousin fans in my life. TG's the only one that we see eye to eye.
He is. Yeah,
because I got one of my close buddies.
Yeah.
He likes Kirk Cousins weirdly. Yeah. I just linked up with Dom over the weekend because we were talking some stuff for the podcast. He's a Kirk Cousins guy. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
He's a good quarterback, bro. Not a great, just good. As long as you can be, if you can find peace with him being a good quarterback, it'll make your life a lot easier. If you try to make him an elite quarterback, he's gonna drive you nuts. I learned that a long time ago, man. I don't expect Kirk to be great. Just good.
He's not the guy you want.
He was better than Russ this year. That's all that matters.
I agree this year, but not in his career. And I
early
don't
best
think
for next year.
Forward,
Early best for next year.
I'll do whatever.
Early best for next year. How you feeling? Early for next year.
How do we want to do that?
Hey, because all of I'm feeling good.
Yeah. How do you grade that? I thought about this a while ago. I remember we were trying to come up with how do you bet who has the better season for a quarterback. You look at like stats, wins.
It's a QBR, it's an eyeball test. Like
that's tough.
Yeah.
Maybe we can come up with a system. We have a whole offseason here.
Yeah.
Rodgers, Raiders, Jets. There's not too much else going on there.
All good. Let's tap on these supers then, man. Absolutely, because I did see Aaron Rodgers say that he's not like overly. He's not, making a case either way. But I think he told his agent he'd rather go to Vegas than New York. I think that's what he said.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said if he had to choose, he said he's not choosing, but if he had to choose, he would prefer Vegas over Green Bay. Over New York.
I feel like if he does get traded, you got to do 2 years wherever you go. Don't just do the Phillip Rivers 1 year. Try to make something out of it.
This Aaron Rodgers we talking about, bro.
Try to make it an era. Like Brady going to the Bucs. You got an era.
Though.
Manning to the Broncos. At least he had an era there.
They only become eras because they won Super Bowls there. If Manning doesn't win a Super Bowl out there, I don't think we look at it as an era.
I think Montana, you could say Chiefs era. He had 2 years. He played good, took him to the AFC Championship.
He did. But once again, AFC Championship, that's almost to a Super Bowl, right? So it's significant enough. Whereas when I think
was
of
it
Rivers,
AFC Championship or
no, it was
playoffs?
he had a playoff run though. Okay. He definitely had a playoff run.
And he had 2 good. I think one of them he made the Pro Bowl.
But it's like if you don't have that postseason run, I don't think it hits the same. Like that's why, like when I look at Rivers, when I look at Matt Ryan, I'm like, that ain't in right for y'all guys, man, because y'all never got that postseason run. It looked bad at the end of that thing, man.
Rivers did make the playoffs,
bro. It looked bad, bro. You know who got him? Come on, man.
I remember.
Yeah.
I was rooting for the Colts that game.
Wow. Why are you doing this, bro? Don't do that.
I think it would have been a better matchup for the Steelers in the next round.
Why are you doing that,
if we would have won.
Come on, bro. They say nobody circles the wagon. Jeez, man. Do it for DeMar, man. Chill out.
Colts would have been a really nice matchup for us there.
Jeez.
We'll never know, man.
We'll never know, man. We'll never know. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other eras. Favre was weird because he went Jets, Vikings.
But see, I don't respect the Jets. I respect the Vikings though because of where he went. Think why he had success.
That was probably his best season.
Yeah.
In his whole career.
Yeah.
That first Vikings
It's
year.
like you got to have a run. Like he went to an NFC Championship, so you go to a run. It feels like a legitimate era. If you don't have that run, it don't hit the same, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
I think he would if he went to. Oh, those are both AFC teams though.
Yeah. So who?
Those are not guarantees.
Not at all.
Raiders or Jets. I think with Titans it would be just because of the division.
See, funny you say it. I think he has a better chance than the Jets. I think his team is better there.
You're right.
I think their team is way better. I think both.
He's got the Devontae Adams connection with the Raiders.
Yeah.
That's really it because I don't know what he's like with McDaniels or anything, or if that would work. I could see them clashing, in fact.
But then they did bring Hackett to the Jets, though. So that would be the
Yeah,
connection.
yeah,
So there you go, man.
You're right.
Yeah.
And you're right. Better defense, too. They got some young stars on offense and a Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Jacob Alessio says, shout out Official Momentum, Steelers Girl, Damon, and Stan Claire.
There it is. There it is for the culture one time.
Steelers Nation on fire. EA needs to update Kenny's ratings. He shouldn't be a 70. Kenny should be at least a 75, 77, or maybe even an 80.
Oh, okay.
They did Derek Carr really bad, too.
What's his rating up there?
'Cause I started this franchise, and I saw him on the trade block. They got him at a 74 overall. Like, that's bad. They're doing him wrong.
Jeez.
That's really bad. Jacob Alessio, how much cap
Because
space?
he even made a little joke about that, too. Like, yo, since you see my accuracy, man, can you up it or something like that because of the Pro Bowl games. Shout out to Derek Carr again. Yeah. Dang.
And they screwed Kenny Pickett's rating, too. He's right.
Dang.
70 right now. That's bad. Yeah. Jacob Alessio, how much cap can we realistically save with cuts?
I mean, I think it was we could save up to like $40 million if you went through and cut. I think it was Akello, Miles Jack, William Jackson. Who else was it?
Trubisky. You could also
Mitch,
do
it was somebody else.
restructures.
Yeah, it was probably like 4 or 5 names that people had in this particular article that you could save up to $40 million. Yeah, you could save money that way. The other problem is, though, you have to replace that talent. We always like to make it sound super simple, but those are a lot of like players that you've counted on or that the Steelers have counted on. And just when you talk about replacing that many guys in one offseason, it can be a little dicey. So that's the game that you play essentially when you're trying to figure out how much we want to save versus how much we can save while not destroying the roster and stuff like that, man. But yeah, I think that was the total number that I saw. Those
and even screwing up your 40. Future.
Yeah,
if you do
absolutely,
some restructures, then you're gonna have to pay for that down the line with cap hits and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's go UW. Well, we got our monthly AB news saying James Harrison gave him CTE.
Hey, AB gonna keep coming, man. He gonna keep the content rolling, bro. Sometimes it's friendly enough that we could talk about it on the show.
Benign, I think. This one was benign.
I said friendly enough. You heard me?
Some of the other shit that
it was friendly enough. The past couple ones you've seen, we've had to avoid those instances. Y'all will come up here like, yo, you see AB? And I'm like, of course I've seen AB. Of course I've heard about AB. No, I'm not about to come up here and talk about any of that stuff that he was doing before this, man. All right? Yeah. But this right here, this is wholesome enough. This is wholesome AB content. Oh, he just blamed it on CTE and he just said it was Debo. Oh, this is wholesome. We can live with this. We can work with that one right there. So, yes.
Oh, it's just him throwing a former teammate that backed him under the bus.
It's just that. He just said that he had a legal helmet with 20 years. It's all good. Just that. But hey, we can work with that one. It's the other stuff that he be posting and doing where you like, bruh, I ain't going down that route, Deke. I ain't going down that route, bro. I don't need it that bad, man. We good.
Moldania. Are we trading Alex? What would we get in return?
Initial knee jerk, I say 3rd round pick because you're still gonna have to sign him wherever you take him.
Highsmith?
Yeah, I'll say either 3rd or second best case scenario, 3rd round pick more than likely. Just because to me, like I said, you're still gonna have to sign him to a longer term deal. They're still gonna have some questions in terms of his overall impact. Yes, he did have very nice numbers in terms of his sack totals, but in terms of just some of the play in and play out stuff, that'll be some of the things that you would criticize in terms of, is he worth a 1st round draft pick to come over here and I still got to sign him to a deal? I think that's kind of the question when you're talking about Alex. But I still think, like I said, man, it would be, I still think a good pick for him. But once again, I don't know if it's going to warrant this, like, yo, he's guaranteed to get a 1st round draft pick in return. I don't necessarily think that would be the case all the way just yet. Even though I think the numbers that he put up this season, highly impressive. You talk about the way that he's been developing his trajectory, highly impressive. But it's just weird how people look at them 1st round draft picks at times versus a guy like Alex Highsmith. So that's kind of like I said, how I think about his market in terms of the trade value.
I figure if Deontay was being talked about going for a 2nd last year and this year, then Highsmith has to be in the same boat, if not better. I feel like 1st rounder, if you got a team that's really needy for an edge rusher.
Like super desperate, yeah.
But 2nd rounder would make sense just because you're right. You got to sign Highsmith to something as well. Mm-hmm. And then it's not guaranteed first or couple first rounders because he's not to the Khalil Mack status.
Right. He's still trying to prove it. Even,
Watt
and granted,
status.
like I said, he had a dope season this year, especially when you talk about the sack totals. But that's just some of the stuff that when you're talking about giving up a first round pick, they nitpick all of that. No different when you're talking about signing a guy to a long-term contract. They're going to nitpick every little thing from Alex this past season and what he's done throughout his tenure here in Pittsburgh, man. That's just, how they look at that, and especially him not being a former first-round draft pick. Why we always bring it up? Because this also plays into a factor when you talk about the perception of Alex. He's still viewed more as an overachiever versus a dominant elite player. That's league-wide as well when you look at just how it's reflected in terms of accolades and recognition. They love high pedigree. They love the wow factor. And for Alex, he doesn't always check that box because of, who he is. But that doesn't take away from how productive he is either. But when you're talking about the compensation and what his value is, all of that is in the equation, whether it's fair or not.
Come on, year. NBA talk. Think Kyrie stays in Dallas? What about KD to the Suns?
Man, I am not sure, dude. I know the people in Dallas are excited though, man. You get Kyrie and Luka. That's gonna be a dope dynamic. I'm mad they sent
Kyrie
my boy
gonna last
though, bro.
like a month. Why are they so sure this is gonna work out? I think it's a cool move, like on the court.
I think Dallas is just excited because they're getting Kyrie. You know what I mean? Like that's a big name. We know how talented he is. I think for Kyrie, it'll be interesting to see how he feels about it because I saw the reports where they said basically Joe Tsai was like send him anywhere but the Lakers because he knew that's where he wanted to go. So I'm like, dang, if that's the case, like how does Kyrie take that going to Dallas? You know what I mean? Like, are you pissed there because you're not where you want to be? Who knows? But if I'm Kyrie, I'm like, bro, I think you got a dope chance right now pairing you with Luka.
This was if he wanted to go to the Lakers, honestly, this could be a better scenario for him on the court, but he has the LeBron connection, so he probably wanted to go there more. Mm-hmm. This would be the second best place you could probably go, I think.
Like to me, I'm like, bro, Luka, he's the alpha, he's the dominant player, so you still got that KD vibe, that Bron vibe. You out west. I don't think he's scared of anything out there, so he still should be good there. Like I said, I just wish they could have done this deal and kept Dorian Finney-Smith out there though, bro. I wanted that.
Oh, was he in the deal?
Yeah, they sent the Brooklyn, man. Hurt my feelings, bro. I was like, yo, it's Kyrie. I was like, oh no. And I see my man said this bro like posted the goodbyes. I'm like, oh no, man. It's like, no. Yeah, man.
Back on the East Coast.
Yeah, back, East Coast time zone, man. He gonna have a lot more ticket requests from the folks, man. But yeah, I was a little sad about that. I was like, dang, man, he's supposed to stay. Let him be a part of the group, man.
I haven't been paying enough attention to the NBA to know this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking it as a question. But is Kyrie again? Is he gonna last a month? Is he gonna last? It seems like he's been so wishy-washy over the last 2 or 3 years. Or just randomly, if he wants to play, he wants to be on the net. I want to be traded from the Nets. Why did he want to be traded?
Well,
I thought things were going well with the Nets. A month ago or something.
Yes,
now it started sliding,
time,
and now he doesn't want to play for them.
It's like, he had a whole bunch that went on this offseason for him. So I just think that at times, man, some relationships can be strained a little bit. And when you go through public controversies like how he went through, that can strain you. That can strain your relationships within the organization, whether you're talking front office and when you're talking teammates. Been through similar, public.
You're talking about with COVID and the vaccine and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about that, and then even with the tweet about the book, the Amazon, it's just a lot. And when the people in the organization are feeling that pressure, and you're feeling this back and forth, sometimes everybody in there is kind of like, bro, we need to change the scenery. Like maybe you need to go over there, maybe I need to go over here, like something. But the vibe, the energy is just off. So that could realistically be it. Speaking from some of the experiences that we've endured.
Okay, maybe this was like a hush-hush thing before the season started because he was looking elsewhere.
Right.
But I think he was still under contract. There was an option.
And
the
then
Nets picked it up.
And then that's when the whole Jewish thing started. And then it went crazy. So I just think all of that kind of is at play too, man.
So maybe they were just like, hey,
yeah,
we'll look for trades. Let's just get through this season. We'll see what it looks like when the trade deadline pops up.
He still wants to get a new deal too. That's the other thing with him.
Because I think at that point his trade value was
correct
in the tank.
Yeah, and that was why they didn't extend him though. Because I want to say he wants a max still. He wants to get another max deal. And I don't think that Brooklyn was going to do that either. That was the other part, which rightfully so because of what you just said. He's like wishy-washy in terms of how much he wants to play, how much he doesn't want to play. So
Right. I guess the vaccine thing was a different scenario because that was more him just standing on his beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear there have been times where he's just like, I don't want to play this game.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm just gonna take a hiatus for a week.
Well, remember they said he had like set out because of the social injustice, but then they saw him at like a birthday party, and that was like that type of stuff. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of but it's Kyrie. It's Kyrie, man. If he's not with Bron, it's Kyrie. All right. He could be a little bit of a wild card.
He
Bron
doesn't like
keeps him right.
He doesn't like the direction the franchise. Now, I guess it's weird though. How much power did Kyrie and KD have in this? Did they make their own demise?
In terms of all them getting there, a lot of power. Remember, that was how they all came together, and then Harden came over.
Because they handpicked their head coach, Steve Nash.
Yeah.
You're right. They traded a bunch to get Harden in there. Then they traded Harden away.
Yeah.
So
that was them. Yeah. They tried to do the Bron. It didn't work for them, though.
Should they be blaming anyone but themselves here?
Of course not, but accountability
you could
is
say,
not always common.
You could say the Nets organization has some dysfunction because they've had that for the last decade or so, 20 years. But I feel like this was a lot of KD, Kyrie coming in. We're going to play GM.
They tried. Hey, everybody get on LeBron until they try to do it. And it's like, yo, it's no guarantee that's going to work for you. All right.
KD left the Warriors. He left the best situation he could ask for.
And you look at Le GM.
He wanted the credit.
Le GM, he be doing his
He's made
thing.
some bad moves, though, too.
He done won championships in 3 locations. What you talking about? How bad can the bad moves be?
The Russ one was bad.
He already won a championship in L.A. doing it, though. That's what I'm saying.
The AD one was a good one.
So
the
there
Russ
you go.
one was just a bad one. You just got to say, he got a little sleepy there. Maybe he was too focused on movies
or
Hollywood.
He has a championship everywhere he's done this, he's gotten a championship. That's all I'm saying. Where hasn't it worked out? Where hasn't he won a ring off of Le GM? Every time he's done it. Cleveland, he got one there. Miami, he got one there. LA, he got one there. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I'm with you. Where he goes, good things happen.
Always, man.
He's got a little stain on this Lakers GM.
All right. It's cool. People expect perfection from him. They don't look at it and say, hey, he won a championship already out there. KD still ain't went to no finals in Brooklyn, but no one hollering about that. Kawhi still ain't went to no finals with the Clippers. Nobody hollering about that. Bron got a championship. We like, hey, man, that Russ move ain't worked, though. Hey, man. Hey. It's like, bro, he got a championship out there, bro. He ain't got a trip. He got a ring out there.
So it's official. You think LeBron traded for Russ?
Of course he did. Come on, man. You know he did.
That's a bad move. That's a bad move, then. That's just not a good idea. And LeBron knows so much about basketball. It's so questionable.
But that's his man's, though. It's like when he brought Melo out there. We all knew.
That actually was kind of nice.
No, it was cool because Melo was a role player in Portland and it looked good. It was a feel-good story. They tried to bring Melo there. It's like, yo, Melo, you are a shooter now. No, that ain't what Melo was at that stage. Melo was a role player at that stage. But they ain't what they wanted to be the shooter. Just, you know what I mean? That's the homie. I get it. But when you already get that ring, you can do these type of things, man. He already has the ring out there, so he's good. He's just checking off little side missions. Play with the homies, bet. All right, play with my other homie, bet. All right, can I get my son out here? All right, we'll wait on that. All right, that's where he's at right now, man. And then he got to get him another one in here.
I was gonna say he needs to be going for rings.
I need him to get one more. He needs at least one more. I think he needs one more to like solidify it.
What do you want him to do?
Oh, I want him to go ahead and get this record for the scoring title.
Didn't he just re-sign with the Lakers too? He's got another year.
I just need him to go ahead and get this scoring record real quick because he's what 30? No. Yeah, he's 30 something points away from going ahead and being number one all time scorer. Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting on. I'm hoping he dropped 34 next time he plays. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, he do that, I'm good. Cause now you know one on scoring, the one on says, the one is that. You got your rings, you got 10 prints. It's like, yo, I ain't tripping. You get you another one, great. But it's like I need you to do that first. So I'm more so just, it's like I don't speak on it, but I speak on it. Excited because it's so close. It's like, come on, man, it's time.
So what about the second part of what he said? KD is KD out with the Nets?
Well, they said that Chris Paul was a part of trade bait. That was the thing that was interesting with Phoenix.
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they were offering CP3 and it was something else in the package. Yeah.
Didn't he just sign a bad deal though with them?
Yeah.
Because he took them on the finals run.
They fell for the hype. They fell for it.
He got like a multi-year deal out of that.
Yeah, they fell for the hype, bro.
What are you doing if you're the Nets then though?
Are you hard reset?
I think you have to at this point.
You still got KD. You still got KD.
Yeah, they could do some.
You can make a run. You can make a run. You still got. You're in the East. I would agree.
They should hard reset.
Because you're not getting any type of
maybe
value.
Do it in the offseason.
Do you get any type of real value for Ben Simmons right now?
No. When's the trade deadline? It's got to be coming up.
Couple
February.
Days?
It's usually at some point in middle February.
Right.
I don't think they're winning it this year.
Nah.
There's no way. Celtics, Bucks are probably the two in the East.
Shoot, I'm trying to think. You still because I always say to myself, like, you got a KD, can he just take over? But the problem is we really don't see that right now, man. In terms of like him being able to take over in a Giannis scenario. Like we see Giannis just like, yo, all right, he going for 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 20 boards, 10 blocks. Like, I don't know. KD don't be giving me that right now in the East like
well,
that.
this goes to show my
bro.
ignorance right here. They're fourth in the East. They're saying it's not a hard reset right now. I'm just telling you, they're not winning the finals. So in the offseason, they might need to think about it. KD already said he was unhappy.
Yeah.
But he signed that
came
huge
back. Yeah,
extension with the Nets where they had like 4 years left.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, we're not going to trade you, man. You just signed this huge deal.
Yeah.
Unless we're getting something crazy. But Karl Anthony Towns and that trade screwed everything up because they trade like 4 first-round picks for Towns or something. No, it was someone to the team. No, Gobert.
Yeah.
I got that
Rudy.
up.
Talking about big Rudy, man.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about how you gave up
They
all
paired him
that
with
for
Towns.
a player that doesn't even like score like that.
Yeah, it's like if you gave that for
Yeah.
him, what are you giving up for KD then? And that's why the market was weird for him this offseason. Then he decided to come back. So I'm sure he would love to be traded.
When in doubt, man, just send him to LA. He can play second fiddle to LeBron. Actually, he'd be third fiddle out there. I don't know. I'd take KD over AD right now. Unless it's healthy AD. Healthy AD? I like healthy AD.
That's the trade they probably could have done
Yeah.
in the offseason, realistically. Just AD for KD straight up.
Yeah. Brooklyn ain't doing that.
Let's go, UW. Well, I'm saying in the offseason, going into the offseason, into this season, AD supposedly healthy, KD wants out. That's probably the best you're getting. You get AD in like a pick.
Once this season ends?
No, before the season started. I think that was an
Yeah.
actual thought, or at least
Gotcha.
what sports radio shows were talking about
Gotcha.
for a little bit. But it was like
Gotcha.
the question, who says no?
Man, I'm saying, hey, man, KD, come on out here. Come on out here for LeBron, man. AD, I like you a lot, bro, but you can go to Brooklyn. All right? KD just more healthy right now. I need health. That's Bron's whole issue right now in LA, bro. Can my guys stay healthy? Can my team be healthy, man? Just stay healthy, AD. Just stay healthy. I ain't asking for much.
Leo thinks KD going whatever team gets Wembanyama.
Ooh.
He's going to follow him.
Okay.
His next chapter.
I can see it.
Let's go, UW. The NFL is planning to have an active conversation this offseason about banning the hip drop tackle.
Yeah, I did see that as well.
What do they want defenders to do? Tuck them in bed?
Yeah, I was really surprised when I saw that report as well, man, because that is a very effective way of tackling. It is a common way of tackling, and that's the alternative to when you are in a chase or a trail technique and you don't want to horse collar, but you need to pull this guy down without allowing him to continue to get positive yardage. You drop your weight, you drop your center of gravity to the floor. It's like, bro, what are we doing, man? Football is a dangerous game. People get hurt. It is what it is. But it's like you said, man, when you start doing some of these type of alternative rules, some of these type of alternative thoughts to make it safer for the offensive player, I do feel like you continue to compromise the defender's potential to be able to protect themselves, man. And that's something that when you're talking about just overall player healthy safety, I think it goes both ways. And I also think when you're talking the quality of football, you start altering that type of tackle, man, I do feel like it's going to make it even more challenging to play defense in this league and to just get a defender down. I mean, when you're getting stiff-armed, what do you think you do? It's two ways. You can fight the arm, knock it down, wrap up, and drive across. But if you're a smaller guy or that defender really has you, or that ball carrier really has a good stiff arm on you, the next thing you're going to do is grab what you can grab and put your butt to the ground. And that's the equalizer to some of that stuff. So, yeah, I am not a fan of this rule proposal personally.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Really stupid. Come on here. Steven Sims low-key reminds me of James Washington. More so the role they play. Both make big plays, just don't get the ball enough. Big-time sleeper.
And I get what you're saying right there in terms of, yeah, we never really used James Washington to that extent, but when we did utilize him, he was productive at times with some big play potential. Now, you definitely make sense with that, man. And, yeah, Steven Sims, man, he's more than capable. I can tell you that, man.
It seems like when he gets the ball, good things happen.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you there, man.
Samurai Finn, the biggest Pro Bowl snub ever is Moats in 2014-2015.
I mean, I had my
Can you
nominations. Now, well, You know, this is the funny thing, right? So you know how like now, like when dudes get nominated, it's like a big, oh man, we post about it, we talk about it. Man, I used to get nominated. I used to be like, bro, I am not going to no Pro Bowl, bro. We know Pro Bowls are for 15 and 30 sack guys. I was never a 15, 30 sack guy. You know what I mean? I just wasn't how I was utilized. It wasn't what was in my cards at that time. But yeah, man, I did a couple nominations in there. I would always get flattered too, and like I run into people like, hey, yo, Mo, I voted for you, bro. Just know I'm voting for you, bro. Hey, your fan vote, bro. Hey, I see you buzzing over there. hey, I shared you I shared you because it wasn't no gram for. I went on the gram like that back then. It was like, yo, I shared you on Twitter though, bro. I repost. I'm like, yo, y'all, I appreciate it. I'm flattered, but bro, y'all wasting my time, bro.
Nice.
Yeah. But like I see dudes now where it's like, yo, I was nominated. I'm nominated for the Pro Bowl, bro. Check me. I'm like, man, you ain't going no Pro Bowl, man. They just put you up there because you up there, bro. You ain't going no. It'd have been like a Tyler Huntley. That's how to lick.
I was gonna say, no offense, but like you gotta be feeling some way right now. If Huntley got in, you may have had a chance back then.
No, trust me. The Huntley Pro Bowl, of course I can have one of those. But you see how we view the Huntley Pro Bowl? I wouldn't.
Might have been different for a
that,
linebacker though.
Yeah,
you could have flown under the radar a little bit more.
I definitely flew under the radar, but it just wouldn't feel the same for me, bro. Like it was even to the point where at times we would like look at dudes who were like special teams Pro Bowls, and when they would try to just simply say they're a Pro Bowler, and we're like, no, you're not a linebacker Pro Bowler. You're a special teams Pro Bowler. It's a difference. But they would try to just throw, I'm a Pro Bowler too. I'm like, no, bro, you're a gunner. Like you're a gunner, bro. You run down and force fair catch. That's what you do. Pro Bowl, yes, but not. I'm a Pro Bowl.
It doesn't hit the same in a linebacker. Really.
Right. I'm a Pro Bowl. I'm a corner. I'm a Pro Bowl corner. Bro, no, you're not. You're a special teamers that happen to play corner, but you made it because special teams. Like, so that's how I would have looked if I would ever got that Pro Bowl, bro. Yeah, but no, I won't. Ain't tripping on that stuff. Heck no, bro.
Calmonier, do you think Mason Cole is the W1 starter next year? Week one starter? Absolutely.
Yeah. When I think of bringing in competition, I speak specifically on the left side of that line of scrimmage, left guard, left tackle. Mason Cole, man, I feel extremely confident in what he's done since being here, man. I think that he really shored up the center to right side of our offensive line, and we could feel the uptick in productivity just based on going from Kendrick Green to Mason Cole. I almost said Kendrick Lamar because I was also upset about the fact that he won the Grammy last night for Album of the Year over my dog, Pusha T. It's almost dry snub of the century. I'm just throwing it out there. I had to get that off my chest. Forgive me.
Damn.
Yeah, it pissed me off, bro. It definitely pissed me off. But I'm back now. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good now.
Ryan McPherson. Hopians are well. We can't let Philly get close to us in Super Bowls. They only have one, right?
Just won a couple years ago, right?
Yeah. So I'm rooting for KC.
I like it.
Also, would drafting Jordan A create a wide receiver controversy? Joey, first round. I think he wants Porter, but he's asking about Addison.
No, I don't think it causes a controversy, man. Depending on when you're getting them. Are you talking 17? Are you talking 32nd? Are you talking in the second round? I think all of that plays a role in the potential controversy. If he is at 17, potential controversy. Because that's a pretty high piece of draft capital that you utilize for him. So you know certain level of significance that comes with that. If you get him at 32, you kind of look at it as, hey, man, that was your bonus first round pick. Like, we ain't tripping on it, man. Like, still impactful, but it doesn't say, Deontay, this is your replacement right now. Second round pick, once again, it still is very, if he's in the second round, you're looking at him like, you know what, he can come in and be that number 3 dude. He could push to be the number 2 guy, but it's nothing that's set in stone per se in terms of his role. I think that all would dictate the controversy or not, just depending on when we took him versus, just simply thinking of if we had him or not.
I feel like the expectations might be a little bit lower for second round as opposed to first round. You draft in the first round, everyone's talking about trading Deontay.
Yeah, instantly. That's going to be the conversation.
And then who's going to duel for the most targets from Pickett? Pickett's guy from college or the connection that he had with Pickens from his rookie year? Is that going to continue?
Yeah. Who has the better connection?
Yeah, that's going to be
Pickens or Pickett to Addison.
Now, how much is that going to take place on the field? I don't know, but that'll be a very much media-driven thing.
Who do you feel right now?
In the offseason.
Better connection. Who you have? I'm saying Pickett to Pickens. I like that one better.
Right now, the connection's taking a year and a half off from the Addison one. But, dude, the way Pickett, I've seen these old interviews, and even some of these new ones where they're asking, hey, would you want Addison? The way he's talking about Addison.
So you saying Addison be better than Pickens?
I I don't know. I think it'd be different. Pickens, big play. Addison, potentially just being a better version of Deontay.
Okay.
It's tough. I think he'd beat them both.
So who'd be better?
We don't got to do this, right?
Yeah, we do. I said mine. I said I think George Pickens would be better than Jordan Addison. That's what I said. I think that connection to Pickens would be better than Addison. Yeah. What do you both know with you, man? Which connection you think is better?
Historically, the Addison one is better.
We talking about just going forward. We ain't looking.
If we draft Addison,
if we were to draft him, who would have the better connection next season? Who has the better connection? Is it a Pickett thing or
straight up more yards?
Who better connection, man? Who's more productive? Who do we eyeball test say
I'd go Pickens
he's our
year.
guy?
I'd go Pickens next year.
Okay,
I would. Long term, that would be a different story.
So does Addison have a higher ceiling than Pickens? Do you?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Productivity's different though.
No, true. I'm with you on that.
You get what I mean?
I mean, Deontay. We look
Like
at
Randy Moss versus Wes Welker.
No, I look at Deontay versus George Pickens this year. Both very productive. Both have very similar stats. But who would you say was the better player?
Pickens.
Catch my drift? That's what I'm asking. Like Deontay, Jordan Addison, George Pickens, in that scenario like that, I'm just like, I still think that Pickens is the better of that group now, and I think he has the higher ceiling as well. Yeah. Addison like that though, man. I know he like that. But
I'm just watching some tape.
I mean,
I
float around with it, man. Well, I actually was watching some Pitt tape.
I know.
Yeah, I actually did too. I did tap in a little bit. Yeah. But it had me thinking though, man. I was like, yeah, man. How do you view that? Because I know how you feel about.
That'd be tough.
I know how you feel about Pickens. I know you feel about Addison as well.
That's what I mean. We don't have to do the whole either or. We could just have two awesome receivers.
Make one big family.
Pickett feeds them both. Yeah, exactly.
One big family. I like it.
We should be able to do that. We couldn't in the past in the Killer Bee era. Someone wanted fed more and wasn't happy with another person's attention.
I used to say here for you. Remember that.
There was a lot going on there.
So what were we doing?
Can it be different?
What were we
in
doing
this Pickett era?
Hey yo, why would we like that, bro?
That's maybe why we need those block numbers. It gets
Seriously,
us more that old school
what was
mentality.
wrong with us, bro?
We're a team. We're
can't
together.
we all just get along? No, we can't. Actually, we could not all get along, man.
Official momentum. Happy Monday, guys. Ambition Live Friday, February.
You heard him. Let's
This
go.
Friday,
And
then.
he said hashtag free. Don't forget that either, man.
Just pop up.
Yeah, he said leave your checkbook at the door. And he's trying to pay for some yak. That's all you need to spend.
Sean McCartney, it feels like AB is using CTE as an excuse for all the crazy things he's
Time
doing.
out. What did he abbreviate for CTE? What did he put in parentheses for that thing?
I don't see parentheses.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one. All right. My bad. I looked at the wrong one. You good. I'm on the wrong one.
He says he could very well have it, but there's no way to know yet.
Yeah. I don't get my man's. I don't, man. But, maybe he feels like that's a justification. I don't know. But, yeah. Don't be putting that on you if you don't got it, man. But at the same time, who knows, man? Who knows?
A2A style. The Pro Bowl has turned into field day like elementary school. It's taken away the honor.
It is what it felt like, low key. It did give me field day vibes. I can see that.
But the NFL can do what they want. We'll keep watching.
This is also
I'm not
accurate.
watching that.
This is also accurate. But you did actually see a good amount of content,
I
man.
saw the Huntley stuff and the car stuff on
That's-
Twitter. That was it.
I mean, that's impactful, bro.
No.
That's how it all starts, man.
No.
That's how it all starts.
Sean McCartney, how do you feel about the Mixon situation? I never liked him, and I'm not surprised, especially after punching a woman in college fractured her face.
Due process, man. So multiple reports, man, from the Joe Mixon thing this weekend. That one was that he had brandished the gun at a young lady. Then I also saw where those charges were dropped. So I don't know. I look at that and I'm like, I don't have all the details, but what I do know is charges were brought up, or he was arrested initially, and then those charges were dropped. So something had to happen where they felt like it wasn't enough information, or it wasn't necessarily accurate. So, like I said, for me, man, I just literally trust the judicial system. Due process, man. Due process. So.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say. We don't know enough about the situation right now.
Yep.
Or that's all we know about the
Right,
situation.
yeah.
Charges came up.
And you
Charges
said,
dropped.
man, to make a hard stance without literally being there to have all of that information, to me, I think is a little bit reckless. That's why I personally don't take a hard stance one way or the other in terms of how I react to it, because we don't know. We don't know. Could you make a case that, you know, he's a bad person and all this other stuff, history and all that? Sure. Could you make a case that he's a target because of that type of stuff and because of him being a professional player? So people are going to do certain things to antagonize or money grab. You can also make that case as well. But because none of us were actually there, we can't say one way or the other with full conviction. So, like I said, trusting the due process, trusting the judicial system, innocent until proven guilty, all of that type of stuff. That's just how I operate with it, man.
828 style. Kirk Cousins is a great fantasy quarterback. That is all.
Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. You said great fantasy quarterback, but he's a good NFL quarterback. You see the difference right there? We ain't asked for great, we asked for good. Yes, indeed. Yes,
he is
indeed.
a steady fantasy producer.
Yeah. See? A good
Garbage
quarterback, but not great. Good quarterback. That's all. That's all. We did skip one with my man 828 style. I did want to tap in with him. He says AB needs to CTE in parentheses consider that exorcism. Dude is battling demons, bro. Perfect hit that fool so hard when he finally woke up, he thought he saw Debo. It's like, dang. Now you did bring up it could be some mistaken identity. You did say that. You did say that. They both had on black and orange, the home unis, right? When Debo was there, every time I saw Debo in the picture, he was like in the home black unis. And then Burfict, he did have on the home black unis when he hit AB. You know what? It could have mistaken identity, bro. I get it. They both look mean.
I would like a follow-up from this.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. Harrison responded on
The
Twitter.
meme was funny.
He made a joke about it, right?
Yeah,
but
or not to mean the little gift was funny, yeah.
I would like to see some people ask AB about this. Are you sure
Yeah.
you're not thinking perfect?
What did he have long hair or was he bald head? Which one was it?
What made James Harrison's helmet illegal? Did you ever see it?
Yeah.
Why'd you say that?
And what was the conversation afterwards? And what year did it happen? You said for 20 years. I just need to know which year was it where he had this illegal helmet on too, man?
R. Barley, 18, says Kirk Cousins over Kenny Checkdown.
Who's Kenny Checkdown?
Fake news.
That's what they calling your boy Kenny?
If anything, he's got to reverse.
They
Kirk
calling Kenny
Checkdown.
the Checkdown?
Come on.
There's no way you
Kirk
can call.
Checkdown on
There's
the
no way
fourth
you
and
can
whatever.
call Kirk Checkdown when you look at Justin Jefferson's numbers. In the story,
We
you
saw
can't say Justin
we
Jefferson's
saw the
elite
playoffs.
without looking
We
at.
saw.
Yeah, you saw Kirk's performance.
We saw the check down.
You
on
saw the
fourth.
performance,
You needed
man.
a first down to keep
You
the
saw the
drive going
performance.
to win the game.
You saw the performance, man. You saw the performance.
He checked down.
You saw the performance, man.
I don't remember Kenny checking down like that. I remember game-winning drives from
I don't
Kenny.
remember Kenny in the playoffs this year. That's weird. I
It's
do. I
unfortunate.
definitely do not remember that play happening for Kenny in any postseason this year. He in the Madden postseason? Which one
It's
he in?
unfortunate. Well, we'll see.
I'm about to say because
We'll see.
I ain't see Kenny out here in this year's postseason, man.
We'll see.
What?
We got a bunch of user
Kirk
games
was cooking
coming
though.
up.
Kirk was cooking. Just remember that.
Nah, he had a good year. He had a better
He
year
had-
than
he
I
had a
thought
good game,
he
too.
was going to.
He had a good playoff game as well.
Yeah, but you know what it is.
Yeah,
The chips
you
are
know,
on the line.
Hey man,
It's time. You got to
if
step up.
They say if you don't have haters, you're not popping. Salute Kirk Cousins.
Dondre is out. With Kenny being on a rookie deal, teams usually make splash deals to surround him. I thought he was supposed to have that bank. What's going on? I think we can.
Yeah, I think it's just early right now, man.
We need to make the moves to do that. That's all.
Yeah. And I think this is all a part of building up to those moves being made. You first have to evaluate what went well and what went wrong this past season, right? Then from there, who you bringing back, who you don't want to come back. And I think after that, that's when we'll get to that point where we'll start to see potentially some names being brought up in terms of potential free agent targets or potential splash once free agency actually opens. But I think right now, it's still just early in that process, so that's why you haven't heard a ton of rumors of, hey man, they trying to restructure or release this guy. They're trying to clear up all this cap space because they're still early. It's not early in the process, but it's early enough in that process still.
Dylan Goodson. What's up, guys? How would y'all feel if they could extend Jack and nab Tremaine on a long-term deal, setting up the MLBs for the next several years?
I mean, yeah, if you're getting two dudes like that, I mean, of course. But like we said, it's a salary cap league, so you would have to make that money work. That always becomes the intriguing part. But both of those players, are dope players in their own right, and they would definitely upgrade our defense if they're paired together. Yeah, but money-wise, that's the part where you got to make that thing work.
Eric James, Deke and Moats, how far are we from being a consistent conversation for Super Bowl appearances?
Yeah, I don't think we're far from that anyways.
Yeah, it starts this year.
Yeah, I think I like it. I like it.
We should make a playoff run this year.
Yeah.
And that would, get us legitimately in there. So right now, it's just, hey, you got to show it at least. Okay. Show that you could go to the playoffs, make a little run. Those are my expectations.
For sure.
You think there's a different window?
No, I just think it's a difference between, like, me expecting them to make the playoffs versus me legitimately expecting the Super Bowl appearance. That's all. But that's just how I look at it. Yeah. Because, like, to me, I still think in terms of legitimate Super Bowl, I still think another year I would need to see the continued growth and then them actually have to perform in a postseason scenario. Like, the Bengals this year were Super Bowl, like, it was legitimate to think they'd go to a Super Bowl because what? We literally saw them go on that run the year before. Prior to them going on that run, though, same exact roster, essentially, we didn't think of that Bengals team the end of last season like, yo, they're real Super Bowl contenders. It was like, let's see what happens. And then they got hot, and then we really believed it. I just need to see us at least have that get hot postseason, and then it's like, okay, yeah, this team can go.
I think we're saying the same thing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
We just need to do it this year.
Yeah.
I think that's what the expectations for. Depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
I do think the Steelers are going to be a buzzy team this offseason by a lot of media outlets and stuff.
I mean, they're very talented offensively, defensively. They got young talent. They got proven talent. But they still obviously have some question marks. But I do think they'll make the playoffs. I just don't always associate a team making the playoffs with me looking at them and saying, I legitimately think Minnesota Vikings this year. Did you really think they were going to be Super Bowl contenders or make an appearance to a Super Bowl?
No.
Like, that's kind of how I look at this Steelers team right now. I'm like, yeah, I think they're going to be really good. I think they can make the postseason. But do I look at them and say, you know what? Yeah, they're going to run the table and beat anybody that's in the AFC. I don't personally feel like that today. Could change, though, with free agency and the draft. But, like, today, I don't feel like that personally.
My thing is, I feel like we could compete with any of these teams in the AFC.
Yeah.
I felt like this if we were to have made the playoffs this year. Now, we would have probably been considered underdogs in a lot of these games, but I don't think there's any team, if we play the right way this year, that we couldn't have beat. Now, Chiefs, they seem to be a little bit in a tier of themselves, although the Bengals just took it. It was 2020, a call, field goal. That's how the Chiefs got out of that one.
Yeah.
It's just that we didn't get to play the Chiefs this year. Where
right, to even
we got
see how we match up.
Yeah, we got to see the Bengals. It's like, okay, we won one, we lost one there. If we clean some things up, I could see it going. And then seeing how the Bills performed in the postseason, it's like, whoa, legit. I know we got smacked by them early on, but man, if they're making these mistakes, we're playing our Najee Harris, Jalen Warren football, Kenny's keeping it clean. I think we could have had a chance there. Jaguars, Chargers, none of those teams like really scare me like that. I think we could have competed with any of those squads.
Nah, respect.
But yeah, now we just have to, you're right, do it again this regular season. Do what we did in the second half of this last year. Do it for this whole regular season. Go to the playoffs and make some noise.
Yeah, because to me, like, I don't want to have to look at it like I think we can compete with those teams. Like, when I say it like that, it just feels like I got to overachieve to get to a Super Bowl. Whereas when I thought of, like, when it was 7 here and, like, we was going on those runs, it was never can they compete with them? It was like, nah, bro, they got a chance to literally go to this thing. Like, could something happen to derail them? Yes, but they don't need this team got to play bad for them to get opportunity. It's like they're good enough already. I think right now, even with some of those teams, we're going to compete with them, and we would compete with them last year. But this season, right? But I think for us, with this particular team right now, I think it's still to that point where we would have needed, like you said, that Bills team to play like how they played versus that Dolphins team. We would have needed that Bengals team to kind of be a little bit rocky. We would need that Chiefs team to maybe play like how they played versus that Bengals team. You see what I mean? Like,
they were doing all that.
Yeah.
So.
Whereas, like, for us, we would still have to play our best game.
Yeah.
And they would have to play like that for us to even have a chance to win. That's why I think it's a little bit disconnect for me in terms of legitimate Super Bowl contender. I think once we get past we might be able to compete with them if they play off and we play great, then, I wanted to get to the point where it's like we could just be as is, or even if we have an off game, we're still good enough to win. Right now, we're not at that point where we can have an off game or Kenny can throw multiple picks, as we saw with Mitch, where we can have multiple turnovers and still overcome that per se. We're not there just yet. Whereas I think some of those other teams, as they've shown throughout the season and postseason, that they can overcome some of that stuff, even versus a high-end opponent like you're facing in the postseason.
Now that thought could happen in the middle of the regular season.
No, absolutely.
Because
yeah.
if we're
yeah,
7-1
yeah.
and just smoking teams,
Yeah,
defense
absolutely.
is awesome, offense is putting up
Yeah.
like 25 points per game. We're looking really
Philly
good
this year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
should probably start thinking, hey,
Right.
this is a legitimate conversation.
They, well,
that's a great point because
Philly
Philly
got-
was what 9-8 or 9-7 a year ago.
Absolutely, but Philly got to that point, it was like 6-0, so be like, oh, all right, yeah, they real. And then they just kept confirming it, and now they're going to the Super Bowl, you know? So I think it could definitely happen just like that for us as well.
Phantom TV. The Kyrie trade hasn't been finalized yet. They're still trying to get picks from a third team for Dinwiddie. Wow, that'd be something if that fell through.
I hope it does fall through and they send him to the Lakers. Maybe it's just me. You have my man Bron tweeting out all type of set. I'm like, bro, Bron, why you got to tweet that like that, bro? I could just imagine him just
He
sitting
did
there
an
like,
ESPN feature where
I
he's,
could just see him just
look,
like,
he's on the front cover of ESPN.com
I
right
just see
now.
him just saying like,
Oh, where'd
is
he
it
go?
me? Well, no, I can see it. It was a headline. It was
Right
like, my
here.
focus is the
Look.
Lakers, right? Yeah,
Cinematic,
Yeah, bro.
backdrop.
yeah, man.
LeBron disappointed the Lakers didn't land
Yeah.
Kyrie.
My dog said I'm focused on myself, right? I'm focused on the Lakers right now, bro. I don't know. Just give him some time, man. When I saw it, I was like, yo, you got my dog in his feelings right now, bro. He feeling some type of way. And that's why I said we're gonna change the focus, and we're just gonna let's get this scoring total first. All right, go ahead, be the all-time scorer, and then we'll move on from there. All right, but yeah, man.
A2H style. Once again, the hip drop tackle was a millennial thing. Tackling that way was never done like that back in the day. They're just built different. LOL.
You remember Bo Jackson?
Yeah.
You ever see when he got hurt?
No.
Kind of similar to a hip tackle.
What about it?
Just the, because they said they didn't do it back in the day. I was like, yeah, man, they did do that stuff back then, man. It's a common thing, man.
You might be talking about 60s
Yeah.
and 70s.
Oh, I was say yeah, that back in there. I was say, yeah, this is definitely a common tackle, man. Yeah, I've seen that tackle for a long time, baby, long time. Yeah.
L. Moranik. If anything, change the rules so offense can't touch the face mask and helmet when stiff arming.
They don't want those rules.
I always
They
think
don't
that
want
was
those
such an
rules.
unfair
It
advantage
is the
for the running
silliest.
back.
It is the silliest
Like,
rule.
it's unbelievable.
They can,
LT, he
they
did
can
it all the
punch
time.
at your face. They can grab your face and turn it. No, bro, it's the stupidest thing, bro. I can't stand that rule. No different when they came back with that rule of, hey, defenders, you can't lower your head versus a ball carrier. And it's like, well, this running back, what is he doing? He's lowering his head and getting real. I'm like, bro, if we just stay up while he's going down, what you think will happen to the defender? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, man.
Let's go UW. With Mitch and Mason most likely gone, do you think they'll draft a QB as insurance and a cheap vet? Yeah, they're going to have to.
Yeah. Well, now remember, Mitch isn't gone just yet, man. He's still under contract. He's proven that he can come in and help us win. And Mr. Rooney, the boss man, said he expects him to be back on the roster. Just remember that.
Phantom TV. If we're in a scenario where we have to choose between Joey Porter and Addison at 17, I'm taking Addison and taking Julius Brents in third.
Okay.
So he's got a sleeper cornerback prospect for us, I assume. Third round.
Okay.
Because he just skipped the second round.
Yeah.
He doesn't want like Forbes or Ringo or any of those guys.
That's why I'm like, dang, we just going all the way there with it, like. And then we be hollering about how we can't start nobody. Man, all these receivers just be torturing us right now. I don't know what's going on, man. We got these nice receivers though, bro. Good.
R. Barley 18. Kenny Pickett's longest completion for the season. Air yards traveled 28 yards.
Get your
Average
mans.
air yard per completion was a league low 5.1 yards. Equals Kenny check down. Check YouTube channel Lou Boy for good film. Stats are lying.
I was gonna let you respond to it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Stats are lying. Stats are lying. Look at whatever you want to. I don't think Kenny was checking down this year. He was looking downfield, looking for the open receiver, looking to make plays, dissecting the defense. If the guy was open in the check down area, you throw it. But no, he was making plays, dude. There's no check down with Kenny Pickett.
I know this is a struggle for you because of how you view Kirk Cousins. So you don't like any of that check down, any of that game manager, any of that. Oh, this is a high percentage throw. You're not into that.
Brady did that.
No, because Brady still has
But
elite traits though. Brady
they're
has elite
still
traits.
winning. That's
Brady had elite traits.
That's what I'm saying about Pickett. Like you
Yeah.
could throw the short passes, the check, whatever it is, as long as you're moving the offense. I don't care about that. But Pickett did still deliver some big plays down the field.
What you, bro? Yeah, I just look at it like this, man. It's not a negative to check the ball down. But it's also not a negative to be a good quarterback. Not everybody is great. I think that's cool. Not everybody feels like that, though, man. So that's why, like, when you bring up these air yardage and stuff like that, I'm like, it's cool. Like, if that's the narrative you want to push, he's a check down guy. All right, cool. Is he effective? Is he a winner? Does he protect the ball? Does he keep the offense going in the right direction? If that's what we label as check down, I'm not tripping on whatever we want to call him. We call him Barney Rubble. As long as he helping us win and doing what he's supposed to do, I do not care. That's just how I look at it. Now, if you're trying to prove that this dude is a top 5 quarterback or prove that he's a future Hall of Famer or prove that he's elite and all this other stuff, well, those numbers are going to matter a little bit more to you. They're going to make you feel some type of way. But to me, I just look at it as, man, this is a rookie quarterback who came in a tough situation on the fly and had to figure it out as it was going week to week. And when I looked around the league, it wasn't a lot of rookie quarterbacks that did that in this type of situation and have the type of success and results that he did. So to me, I don't think of it as a negative, man. I think of it as, is Kenny doing what he's supposed to do? He was making good decisions. When you want to just, push the ball downfield for the simple sake of pushing it downfield, you'll have a ton of air yardage in terms of passes attempted, but you're also going to have a lot more turnovers, which we saw specifically with Kenny. And what happens with a lot of quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, but even with older quarterbacks, we've seen that. So once again, this is not a bad thing. It's all about what narrative you're trying to push, though. That's what you got to ask yourself.
Phantom TV, the reason I said that about Brents is because Steeler scouts are co-signing him. Ike Taylor and Chitty said he's the best corner at the Senior Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we lacked some Senior Bowl coverage this year, huh?
I mean, it ain't the end of the world. We'll tap into some of that stuff.
No. I just think it's natural because we weren't looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. The only reason we talked that last year was because all them dudes. Remember, we was like, we're gonna have to look into the East-West Shrine Bowl because this quarterback's over there.
Are probably third or fourth round guys, right. Whereas like it's not Christian Gonzalez and Porter at the Senior Bowl.
That's why I like jokingly made that comment whenever we talked about the Senior Bowl. What was it last week where I was like, man, the elite guys don't go there. It's like, but I get it, And trust me, man, we're gonna get to to Brents and stuff like that, man. We're working our way around there. Obviously, we got some D linemen that we want to get to. We will see if we get to them today or if we have to push that till Wednesday. We'll see, though, because we should be having Will Allen in a couple of minutes, hollering at him. But definitely trust what IT says, though, man. When IT speaks on a corner, it does matter. Now, when you say specifically the best cornerback at the Senior Bowl, you also, like you said, have to ask yourself that, like, hey, man, who was all at the Senior Bowl? You know what I mean? Because, when you talk about the big three, they ain't there,
Weren't they all juniors?
Yeah. So I was like, who was there?
Yeah, what was Witherspoon? Was Witherspoon a junior?
Yeah, Witherspoon's junior. Gonzalez was a technically redshirt sophomore, junior, and then
he was redshirt junior.
Porter,
redshirt
right? Junior Porter. Yeah.
Then you got the other guys, the next tier of like three
Ringo
or four.
And
Forbes.
Yeah.
Smith, I think too. A couple of those other guys.
Yeah.
I guess they weren't there. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the Senior Bowl at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like I said, man, we'll get back to the Senior Bowl, man. But I look at it like this, man. When we talk about those type of players, though, specifically, and that's the other thing I do want to include, when I get to those type of players, though, I definitely will bring up some of their Senior Bowl performances because we can actually evaluate that. When we talk about some of these guys we've been talking about, they didn't play in the Senior Bowl. They didn't play in some of these all-star games. So it was more so you're watching game film. SEC championship, national championship, college playoff, rival games, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that was kind of like the mindset. But with some of these players, you'll look into that because you want to see how can they adapt to change. When you're not familiar with the system, when you're not familiar with the personnel or the people around you, can you still adapt? Can you still show that you could be a productive player? That's some of the stuff I want to see. So it does serve a purpose, but at the same time, like I said, it's an all-star game. So you got to take that, in that context, in a certain value or to a certain extent.
G-Man 39, shout out to y'all for talking to TG about David Long. I still think he is the move and pair him with Miles Jack. TG was talking him up a little bit. Didn't he say Wasn't he concerned about the scheme fit a little bit?
He was. He thought he was more of a 4-3 guy.
But then when we looked at him, we were like, hey, he kind of reminds us of Mark Robinson, just a more refined version.
Yeah.
A little short, a little stockier, not afraid to hit.
Mm-hmm. But no, I get what he's saying, though, in the sense that even with Mark Robinson, right? Mark could play on our 3-4, and he plays with it because of how violent he plays. But at the same time, if Mark was, like, covered up in a 4-3, I'm like, I can see him thrive in that as well. So it's not necessarily a negative in terms of the comps. But I just think that what he's saying is this guy could specialize or be more of a better fit in this type of defense in a 4-3 versus a 3-4.
Phantom TV. How we looking on now?
Oh, you're good right now? We're good right now? Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. About to say, I shot him the message. I ain't want to just call, make sure, you know what I'm saying, it was all good and stuff like that beforehand.
Phantom TV says, Mike Tomlin was all over John Michael Smith.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Julius Brent and DeJuan Jones from Ohio State. They're all seen getting paperwork from Omar Khan.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing his due diligence. They said that, you know, just based on the areas that he was really focused on in terms of Coach Tomlin was O-line and D-line, rightfully so. We're also going to see that reflected when it's pro day time, combine time, Senior Bowl. Yeah, these are players that he's looking at. But don't be surprised when you're seeing them at Ohio State talking to a guy like Paris Johnson, or when they go down to Georgia talking to Roderick. You know what I mean? You're going to see that. Don't be surprised if they're at Pitt talking to Kalijah Cansey. Don't be surprised, you know, if they're down at Clemson talking to, was it Brian, I think he said like Breesy, I think he said his last name. Yeah. So it's like you're going to see them talking to some of these more marquee name interior, or not interior line, but just D lineman and offensive lineman, because that is a target area for them right now in terms of just improving the roster. We talked about the areas that we think they need to improve upon or even target draft wise, and that was also part of it, you know. So it is cool that Coach Tom just confirms stuff that me and Deke, shout out to us, bro. They listen to the podcast, bro. I'm convinced, because we said that they be listening to us, bro.
They might.
They listen to us, bro. They be tapping in. They tap in.
Phantom TV. I'm missing a few D tackle. Tomlin and Khan were talking too, but is he talking about Terrence Garvin here?
It looked like a yeah.
It's just
I don't know how he spelled his name, bro.
T-G-E-R-E-V.
I don't know how he spelled my dog's name, bro.
He says a few guys, everyone who's there saw Tomlin was interested in.
Yeah. Okay. No, it makes sense though. It definitely does, because like I said, man, we still want to improve our trenches regardless of if it's in the first round or not. If it's at pick 17 or not, we still have to improve those elements of it, whether it's bringing in competition to push guys or bringing in upgrades for those guys. And then when we talk about the defensive side of the ball, D-line, we got question marks. Are we bringing back Larry Ogunjobi? What are we doing with Chris Wormley? What are we doing with Cam Hayward? What does the depth look like in terms of outside linebacker? So across the board, there are multiple areas, you know, or multiple players that we're going to have to look into replacing or upgrading from. So like I said, I just think that this was the first sign of that, and I think it's only going to continue the more we see these in terms of Coach Tomlin, Omar Khan and company out there, you know, on the scouting path. So yeah. I think I said that right.
I'm reading this chat right here. We know who Big Noriega is, right?
Right. He changed his name like 30 times, bro.
Dude, look at this. He just comes out and says, I love the whole team, just hate the quarterback. What? Come on. Dude.
He looks at Kenny like how you look at Kirk Cousins, and he doesn't like it. He wants his quarterback elite. He thinks his quarterback is Kirk Cousins. You know how you feel about a Kirk Cousins type quarterback. You can't stand a Kirk Cousins. So if Kenny ever in your eyes became Kirk Cousins, what would you say? You'd be like, bro, I don't want that quarterback. But right now, you don't view Kenny like Kirk Cousins. You view him as potential to be 7 or that type of class. So that's why you're optimistic.
Kenny
and like
franchise.
It. Yeah. Big Noriega's like, bro, that's Kirk Cousins right there. You can't fool me. That's what he said. So that's why he's like, bro, I don't want that.
He's fooling himself.
He said, I don't want that. He said, you can't fool me, man. He said, I don't care about none of that Pitt, ACC, Heisman. Nah, I don't care about none of that. He said, that's Kirk Cousins. That's what he said.
He might need to go and watch some of that tape, actually, to show him what's ahead.
Yeah, he was like, yo, would you say Kirk Cousins, Tannehill? Who else you put in that class? Jimmy G, Andy Dalton, all them like good, but never great, just good. Pro Bowl,
Carr has teetered there for a while. Dak, no, they teetered. They teeter.
Okay. I'm gonna say with Carr. It's a little bit.
Kyler's almost getting into that stage right now. Huge contract guy doesn't deliver.
So I think that's why, like Big Nori, I think he looks at Kenny as potentially one of those guys, and he doesn't want to deal with that. He's like, you know what? I've seen that. I don't like that. You know me. I'm good with all them dudes. I go in with all that. We can make it work. We can piece right here, piece right there. And we ain't got to pay him 40. That's what I was just learn from the other people's mistakes. Don't pay him 40, but you can win with it though. That's all.
I'm interested in the quarterback market in general. I know we've talked about this in the past. I do wonder if it's going to flip a little bit like the RB market did. Like I just don't know if it's that wise right now. Aaron Rodgers getting $50 million. He deserves money. He's the franchise guy.
You think he's getting 50?
He already did.
Oh shoot! No, I'm tripping. Yeah, you're right. He's got the 50 last year. Yes, good call.
Deshaun Watson getting,
but he got his
45.
And the problem is this though. This is the problem with the Rodgers though. He got off of back-to-back MVPs. That's the hard in terms of how do you argue against paying him 50 when he went back-to-back with them MVPs. It's like, dude, he was on. Problem was we didn't get the postseason like you wanted, so it definitely like takes away from it. But the back-to-back MVPs contract year. That's a hard argument, to me at least. Now, I know the age played a part of it as well, but I'm like, yo, it's Aaron Rodgers back-to-back MVPs. Yeah.
That's why it's important to pay the right guys.
Yeah. Josh
Allen, Mahomes, you giving them 40.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about that. Those are probably going to age as good deals.
Mm-hmm. Because you paid them early, too, so when you talk about the market catching up and reset.
I do wonder, though, if like Burrow gets 60. Like,
that changes the market, though. We don't have that just yet. Do you think he gets 60, or do you think he taps into 50? I don't think he makes...
Depends on what he wants. Does he go a little more Brady route or even Mahomes route, trying to do team-friendly? I could see him doing that.
I think he will.
I think Herbert's going for the bag.
But I still think he's going to get 42. I still think he gets in the 40s.
Oh, yeah, for
that's
sure.
What I'm saying.
I think that's a good deal, though, especially now with the salary cap going up a little bit.
45 are you getting, or are you getting higher than that?
45 is perfect. I think if you're the Bengals, you are ecstatic with that.
I love him at 45. I think he's going to tap 50, though. Herbert definitely.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Herbert definitely get it.
Yeah.
Herbert's definitely going to break the bank. For a fact. I don't see him taking any team friendly. I see him being like, you know what? How much can I get 60? Can I get 60.1? Like, I see him on that.
He's a quiet dude. Like, maybe he'd surprise us.
I would be thoroughly impressed if he took less than what he truly like. What we.
I think it's more about the Chargers organization.
True.
Whereas, like, if he was in Pittsburgh here and like, because with Burrow, it does feel like there's a team, there's a community vibe there. Mm-hmm. You don't have that with the Chargers.
And you got to think for Joe. He also knows this. Whatever I get, if I break the bank like that, who's getting paid next year? His dude. Chase. Yeah. So that's the other part. It's like, yo, if I take all the money this year, I can't pay my guy, the guy that helped.
There's T. Higgins conversations happening this offseason.
Yeah, that's this year too. If you picking though, how you doing that?
Between Chase and Higgins?
No, I'm just saying how you handling the T. Higgins contract situation. Because I know what I'm thinking.
Trade him. I think you got to trade him.
Oh, you say you trading Higgins. I'm over here like T. Boyd. I like you a lot, but we need to talk.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that would be the first option.
That's the one.
That would be the first option for sure. If you don't do that, though, or something weird happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, you try to keep
the one
Higgins and Chase.
I'm like, yo, he has to be the one. I'm like, bro, Higgins and Chase, those are two ones. Those are two number ones. One's an elite, one's a franchise receiver, one's a wide receiver one. Like, I'm rolling with those two. After that, though, I'm like, hey, T-Boy, man, I like you and all that, but I don't know, player. I don't know.
How we looking right now?
He's calling right now. Actually, hold on.
All right, cool.
All right, so you talk real quick. Hey, give me one second. I like how you called me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, former Pittsburgh Steeler, safety, Will Allen. We'll be talking a lot of things. Super Bowl, Steelers, draft. Hope you guys enjoy.
You got me over there?
I can hear you.
All right. There we go. Y'all know I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls. Children of all ages. I get a chance to hop on the line with one of my former teammates, man. Now, this dude, I'm extremely excited to talk to because he's been like a mentor to me as a player, post-football, business-wise, foundation-wise. So, person we're on the phone with, man, was a 13-year vet. Came into the NFL, 2004 draft as a 4th-round pick to the Buccaneers out of the Ohio State University. Okay. But we obviously know, like I said, 13 years in this thing, man, with the Bucs, Cowboys, but more importantly, right here in Pittsburgh. Without further ado, got to talk to my homie, Will Allen. My dog, how we feeling on your end, baby?
I'm good, man. I'm great. I'm thankful. I'm very grateful to be on your show, man. You've been building this up, and you've been building a brand, and you got great content. You're captivating. I mean, you and your team has just been, really putting out a great product, man. So congratulations
you, man.
on just the work and the grind I've been watching, man. And you've been building your craft and mastering your craft. It's a joy to see. It's very encouraging. It's motivating. Seriously.
Respect. Like you said, man, you've been around when we first started this thing too, man. When it was just a solo thing, man.
I remember that.
Yeah, you pulled up. You what was it? TSC? He pulled up to the
we had
OG
like
spot.
3
Absolutely.
iPhone cameras.
Yeah.
You had the lav mic.
Yeah.
And then you had the helmet set up behind you guys. I do remember that.
Yeah, so he was a part of the movement, man, a part of the background in terms of just direction and, like I said, advice, man. So always salute you for that, man. But first off, man, I had to ask you, man, thoughts on the Steelers season the first year without Big Ben, man?
Could you repeat that question again?
I said, man, I had to ask you to start this thing off, man. What were your thoughts on the Steelers this season, that first year without Big Ben?
It's hard when you have a quarterback that's, been the face of the franchise for 17, 18 years, and everything about the Steelers was 7.
Mm-hmm.
To let that go is difficult, especially with the fans, the culture that was built, his leadership, his friendships, and just the thread that was just created, with him, his playing style was very different than what you saw in the league, and he created his path. So to have somebody come in or be drafted and to try to follow that, 2 Super Bowl wins, multiple playoff victories, and just well respected amongst the league and, potential Hall of Famer. It's just hard. It was hard. I think that transition was hard for players. I think that transition was hard for, him. I think that transition is difficult for coaches and people who were attached to that for so many years. And then you say, well, who you gonna bring in? Who you gonna bring in? Who's on the sidelines that we could, that we could really, not fit the shoe, but at least he could tie him up. So I don't know. Mitch to me was, top 3 pick, and highly touted, big arm athlete, but it also has to be daunting knowing that, here's this guy with this tremendous record and he created this culture and I gotta win right now. I gotta win. That's hard to do. And I thought that would be a challenge for the Steelers going into the offseason. Even with Kevin Colbert kind of having his last draft, it was like, well, that's going to be a point of that was a point of emphasis. So it's kind of cool to see, like, even through that dynamic of how the team kind of rose from the ashes and finished with a winning record and went through multiple quarterback situations. Yeah. It's just cool to see the resiliency overall.
Now, I heard you bring up the Mitch element of it and how tough of a scenario it was for him and things like that, and we get that. How did you think the rookie handled the scenario, though, when he finally did get the keys to the car, so to speak, man? Coming in here, doing all of those same things you're talking about in terms of replacing Mitch, who was replacing 7, but even with the hype coming from him playing at Pitt and having the success that he had there, how do you think that Kenny did?
I think he did as any rookie would in that situation. You got the keys to the Ferrari, because that's what it is.
No facts.
And you're gonna try to go fast, and you're gonna think you're going fast, but you peel out and you hit something. You're like, oh man, I didn't know that the gas pedal was that fast. And that's what happens in the NFL. Like, and Moats, as a rookie,
man, your head spinning, bro.
Preseason was way different than the opening kickoff. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like,
thanks.
I'm not even talking about a defensive snap. I'm talking about the opening kickoff of the NFL.
Hey, bro, night
It's
and day. The speed, the
it's night and
intensity.
everything. So you got this quarterback who has to know where everybody is, has to make audibles, read defenses, can't do the same old tricks that he was doing in college, got to reinvent himself, got to think of ways to stand out, got to think of ways to lead the team, and then win games for you. I ain't even say anything about winning. He has to win games for you.
Yeah.
So, I think he did what any rookie would do. Make a lot of turnovers, make a lot of bad mistakes. But what he did show was his ability to recalibrate and his ability to lead. And that's when you know you got some intangibles in a great leader. I would say a good leader, not great yet, but a good leader and a person that understands his limitations, and said, okay, what am I doing to hurt this team? What am I doing? How can I get better? How can we massage the game plan? How can we massage the play calling? In situational football, what do I need to do? And I think he leveled that up, especially the last 4 games of the season, not having as many turnovers. But those first few games, he wrecked a Ferrari. Let's just call it what it is.
They say y'all NASCAR, man. Let him drive that thing, man. You got to drive the whip every once in a while,
but then he learned how to hit 200 and have control, and that's what happened. So I like what he's doing. And I think he's going to build a strong legacy here and be a really good quarterback and a really good leader for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We got a Pickett guy here. I like that. I like what you're saying. So,
Deke, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Deke couldn't
How
wait
you
to
doing, man?
He couldn't wait to hear you say something positive about Kenny. His face started lighting up. He's like, "Oh yeah, we good. We good now."
But I did have to. I gotta criticize him for the early rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
The fans yelling for his name, but he wasn't really ready, and that's okay. But he recalibrated, and that's what matters the most.
So as you look at this team heading into the offseason, actually someone in the chat brought up this topic like a week ago. What would you do if you're the GM? Like, you're going into free agency right now in the draft. Like, how would you look at these positions in particular? Like, we're talking about needing cornerbacks or secondary help. Also looking at the O-line. Like, how would you divvy that up if you're the GM here? Like, do you have like a 2, 3, 4, 5-step plan for the Steelers this offseason?
Actually, I do, and thank you for asking me. I'm going to go ahead and put my GM hat on.
Hey, and I'm gonna peel back the curtain too. My dog Will, and it feels so weird calling you Will. I'm just throwing it out there. It feels super weird calling you Will right now. But my dog Will, when I told you we pulled up on him for his Christmas shopping event, man, and we're gonna talk about your foundation as well. But even when I pulled up on him then, he was like, "Yo, I got to get back on the show. I got some takes. I got some stuff I need to get off my chest. I gotta, I got some feelings." And I told him, I was like, I said, I'm coming back, but we gonna get you up here, all right?
We're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we do.
So I'm really glad that you asked him that, to give him this opportunity to get it off of his chest, because he got some concepts. He got some ideas, all right?
Wonder how similar it's gonna be to TG's.
I got some junior associate general manager concepts, okay? We way down the pipeline. So I don't know how serious you could take my comments, but I may have something important to say. I just might.
You got a lot of prerequisites, checked off on your resume right now, so we're gonna take it real serious over here. I'm just throwing it out.
I do got a strong resume.
Yeah, your resume looking real good.
All right. So Deke, you asked me to put on my general manager hat.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing, man, is defensive line. All right, the depth in the defensive line. Cam has a record of 8 straight years, or 5 or 6 straight years of 8+ sacks.
Yeah.
And that's like second to like an outside rusher.
No, very true.
Like that is huge. That is an incredible statistic to have for interior lineman. I mean, that's better than Aaron Donald. And he's a monster. Right? Like, let's just call it what it is. So we need somebody to help Cam, and somebody with extraordinary talent that can grow with Cam like he has. Cam has extraordinary talent. I'm not saying the guys that we had last year aren't, but they we haven't drafted extraordinary talent like a Cam and like a TJ. You know, and I just think, you know, one more other piece like that really goes a long way, you know, and it helps, whether it's at nose tackle or whether it's at the other three technique. You know, I just think that cemented piece will just free up so much more defensively and making more plays than what they did. You know, and that's just where I think the first pick should be.
So are you letting Ogunjobi walk then in free agency?
It depends. It depends on my budget. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, we got some options to free up money.
We could probably get him back.
We got some ways to free up some money, but it's gonna deal with some, you know.
But that could be part of your GM plan too.
I just think how much does Larry want to be a part of this?
Ooh.
And how much does Larry want to grow himself?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because that's the trade-off. Here's a veteran guy. He's really good. He's been on teams and other teams and performed well. He knows AFC North football. He shows up in the big games, you know. But is he gonna give me 8+ sacks? You know, is he gonna outperform Cam? That's what I want to know. And does he want to do that? If I give him the bread and I rearrange some things, does he want to go do that? You know, be the sack leader or one of the top double-digit sack leaders on the team. You know what I mean? I think that's the challenge you got to ask yourself as a general manager. Or I can get a young guy who's hungry in the first or second round with extraordinary talent, right, that I know he's going to learn from Cam and TJ, and he's going to give me double-digit when he's ready. Do I have time to wait, or do I want that immediate impact from a Larry if he's going to give me that? And, you know, if it's not just for the money. So I got to gauge if he really wants to be here and build this culture and take us back to the Super Bowl. Because it ain't about just being a winner, having an average record or making to the first or second round of playoffs.
Talk
the
about
standard
it.
is the standard.
Talk about
the
it.
standard is the standard.
Talk about it.
If I'm gonna get on the money, that's the only thing that's on our mind. Because you still can't tell me Cam ain't about the money, right? It takes a special person to have that type of talent and then be like, yo, you know what? Like, I'm still for my teammates. I'll run 45, 50 yards down the field and hog down a running back or a receiver if I have to make a play, because it's about winning championships. Now, I need that out of Larry. Because that's the standard. So I'm putting
So you're talking about a passing of the torch situation.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I just, like I said, my thing is, does Larry want to be a Steeler? And that's kind of what it matters. Does he want to embody that? And I know if I get a young person, I can groom that, you know?
I see the different approach right there.
As opposed to him potentially going back on the market, being a journeyman, because he's been on 3 different teams, but it's like, do you want to stay here?
And be the leader or something. Yeah, because Cam has been the leader. Yeah, definitely. But now, when you say that you would address that position first, obviously that does potentially create some other issues at other positions like cornerback. How do you look at that position right now? Because that's one of the spots where a lot of people have mocked the Steelers to address in the first round. Corner. So,
yeah,
what are your thoughts on that?
They can mock it, but I think now, is Cam Sutton a free agent?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Yeah, we got to get him back. We got to get him back. Because
in that room right now, Cam Sutton's the only free agent, but Ahkello Witherspoon and Will Jackson III potential cap seats, just in the sense of what you save on them versus how they produced and their current and what their number would be cap wise next season. So outside of Levi Watts, he's probably the only one that.
Well, we do draft. We do probably draft a corner, or maybe even a safety, because Edmonds is a free agent.
Edmonds and Casey, yeah. Both of them
so
dudes.
you think about those. We need, you know, those are key positions in the Steelers defense.
And we're not gonna gloss over that top. We're gonna get back to them specific because that's your position. So you know we're gonna need that breakdown.
Yeah.
You know I can't break it down like how you break down the safety position. I ain't played 13 years. I played at 13 outside and inside. You was at safety, so we're gonna get your expert analysis on those two players specifically. But
I got you. I give you the expert.
Yeah.
I give you the junior associate GM expert
There it is.
analysis.
There it is.
But you got it. So safety. I don't know who's available or who's going to be available in the second or third round, because you're not going to get nobody in the first. You're not going to probably get anybody in the first round. So I mean, you may need to draft a safety in the second or third round. D lineman in the first round. I don't think you get a corner till later, but you re-sign Cam Sutton and you keep one of the two you mentioned.
Okay.
That kind of what have not produced, right?
Yeah.
You figure out which one you want to keep. You keep one, and now you got some more stability in your secondary. What you would hate to do is you gotta learn from your mistakes now. Try to start a rookie corner that ain't a
hey, bro, I just
Gardner.
caught what you said, yo.
That ain't Sauce Gardner. Like,
that was already Burns' best year. He played decent as a rookie, no?
I'm just saying.
No, but
they gotta,
as a whole,
it
is tough on those guys. Yeah, it's very tough on those
They
dudes.
gotta be like Sauce Gardner as a rookie. Like, I mean, that's just it.
And at that position, is pass or fail at that position too. That's the other part.
And man, playing cornerback in the NFL, if you get diced up early as a rookie,
bro, it kills you.
That's like getting a +8 on a par 3. You can forget it. You can forget it on the next hole, the next two holes.
Hey, shout out to that golf talk too. I hear you over there, Mr. Retired. I peep what you put down over there. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's hard, man, mentally. And in this, you got to get somebody like Sauce.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. If you're gonna go first, you better get somebody like Sauce, but that's gonna be a top 5 pick.
Yeah. It's gonna cost a lot to go get something like that. Yeah.
Yep, that's why I go D lineman. That's why I go safety, second or third round, and I get me a nice quality, really good player like Cam Sutton if I need to draft.
So you're good on the O-line then? Or are you doing
man,
free
I like
agency?
I really like the O-line, how the O-line finished.
Okay, let's go.
They wasn't giving up a lot of sacks. I think that's a young core, solid group of players that played well, learned how to play well, learned how to block well together, was in sequence in the line. Obviously they can all get stronger up front. That should be a point of emphasis this offseason. And in fact, y'all should go out to my boy LaCharles Bentley O-line camp in Arizona.
There it is.
Because he got a whole workout training facility just for O-linemen. That is a plug. I'm just gonna be real because
you heard it. You heard it.
I've seen the results of people who have went there. They had long careers, and they know how to anchor. They know how to be strong. Yeah. And I just think those guys are all very athletic up front, and they got to get a little bit stronger. And and that not because they're young, they're still young. And I think once that happens, man, they gonna be tough to deal with. They're gonna be real tough to deal with. So I think O-line is cool. You may see like a third or fourth. You may see like a third or fourth round. Oh, just because you need depth. You always need depth there. So, but I don't think that's the priority going to the offseason. Again, this is my junior associate general GM analysis.
Don't you try to minimize this thing, man. In fact, your GM skills are more qualified than anybody that's been on this show because you got more years than me. So you more qualified than me, baby. Absolutely. Man, yeah.
But y'all been sharpening y'all sword though, man. Y'all been evaluating.
Okay.
Getting better. Y'all getting more and more reps. Like I'm just a the Monday morning quarterback now that mad or upset because I see some plays. Y'all in the weeds on this stuff.
We're doing what we can.
Hey man, because we got to make up the difference. We didn't get 13 in this thing. Not everybody was a 13-year guy, and everybody went to the Ohio State University and balled out. I mean, let's be real, baby. Your track record, you stamped. You know what I mean? So we got to make up the difference. That's how we make up the difference over here. All right.
I feel you. I feel you.
But now, I did want to get your opinion though, man, on these two safeties that are up for grabs right now in terms of free agency. Terrell Edmonds and DeMonte Casey. Just watching both of those two guys this year, they both brought positive things to the table. But when you evaluate them, what makes them unique and what makes them fit this Steelers team right now?
Yeah, man. It's strange because they're both very similar. And but you do see TE playing closer to the line of scrimmage because of his physical nature. He's probably a bigger body.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen him. The guy's 4'3",
He passed the eyeball test
215.
without a doubt.
He got that. He got that. He the guy you seeing at the beach with his shirt off all the time.
First go off the bus, guy. You take the shirt off. You go off the bus first, man. You set the tone.
Yeah. That's who he is.
Yeah.
And I think he brings a level of continuity. He brings a level of veteran leadership and just consistency. And I think he plays well also with Minka. So you got to put that factor in there. You got to really think about that, like how difficult it is for two safeties to play together. And one person has to kind of not back down, but
somebody got to be robbing.
Minka,
yeah.
Somebody got to be robbing.
Mm-hmm.
Or 1B. You gonna make your plays, but you ain't getting all the plays.
Yeah.
So I just think that I don't know what TE wants. I like his game. I think he tackles well in space.
He came back for the cheap. What was his deal? Like $2 million this year?
Yeah, it was not a lot.
Yeah, he came back on a super cheap deal. Yeah.
So that's gonna hurt him though. Hopefully it don't. Hopefully.
That's that business talk.
I really hope he goes and gets like a big deal. I hope he gets like $8 to $10 million a year. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Or let's say, take that like four to eight.
We're thinking like 5's fair.
Yeah.
5 would be fair.
Yeah, 5 would be fair. I hope he gets that. Whether it was the Steelers or somewhere else. But that come with big plays. You got to make bigger plays. And so that gets me to Casey. Now he was injured. He gave me the splash. And I like the splash.
I like the splash.
And I think I do. But he was injured though.
Yeah.
You see, when you ain't available, I can't. You know what I mean? Yeah. I gotta say who's more consistent.
Yeah.
Who gonna give me and also who plays well with Minka, who's available.
Yeah.
You gonna give me? He gave me 3 interceptions. I think 2 or 3 interceptions towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
But he just wasn't available the whole year. And so in my mind, will he be available next year? Is he injury prone? Is he in the weight room? Like, what is it that what is the risk profile of this player? And what, and if he wants X, Y, and Z amount of money because he feels like he has that, I have to go back and say, well, I got to discount that based on your availability. If I'm looking at it from a player profile perspective.
He signed for the cheap too. Yeah. It was like only $1 million or $2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it also depends on, how we evaluate that. If we look at it like, okay, Edmonds first round draft pick, KZ, not a first round draft pick, pedigree, starter quality, Pro Bowl quality. What is it that differentiates them? What's going to weight the scale more?
Now, Will, does one being homegrown versus one coming over from free agency, does that matter as well?
I mean, the system. That's why I said it goes to continuity. Like, TE been here since day one.
Yeah.
And you drafted here, first round draft pick, came back, had a really solid year, really good year. So I think that does play a factor in. Because he knows what this is about. Now again, I would like to see him take his game up a little bit more. Feel that competition a little bit and be like, all right, I'll come back for 5, 4.5, and just be that playmaking safety that that you can be. But I like both guys. Both guys are really talented. You can't go wrong with either one. But you want to have familiarity. You want 39 to feel good about who he's playing with.
Okay.
Like, you can't be out there with 39 pissed off because his Robin ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing so he can go make the plays.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know who that is between KZ and TE. But that's what I'm thinking as a secondary coach. That's what I'm thinking as head coach, general manager. Primarily my junior associate general manager.
There it is. There it is.
Pat, you know.
So you're good with bringing back either or, though, right?
Yeah, I'm good with bringing back either one.
I'm just throwing this out there now. If I ever become a head coach anywhere, I'm bringing you on. You my GM. You my senior advisor. I'm just throwing it out there. Just know ahead of time. This not happen anytime soon, but whenever it does happen, I'm calling you first. I'm just throwing it out there now.
My man, appreciate that.
Is there a world where you're bringing both back and maybe moving Edmonds up in the box a little bit more like we saw later in the season?
Oh, some of that like dime linebacker stuff.
Well, you know, that was also a result of 27 going down and 55 being a little dinged up later in the year. Well, 51.
Marcus
51.
Allen and Miles Jack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Being dinged up a little bit. That was a result of that. And then Casey got an interception. They're like, let's give him a little bit more.
Give me the 3 safeties. Look,
let's get these playmakers on the field.
Yeah.
Now the question is, again, somebody got to make a sacrifice, TE or Casey, who gonna take less money? And if I'm a business guy, I'm gonna offer them probably around the same amount and see who's gonna bite. You know,
the deal? You take it first, bro.
You know, we gonna offer around the same amount.
See, this way you gonna be this way you my GM because you think just like they think.
Bite.
You think just like them.
Bite.
Let's go.
We're gonna see who bite. You know, because again, you want to play for the Steelers. I'm gonna throw in the Steelers discount in there.
Always a Steelers discount. Always.
I like how your mind works. I would give them the same deal. Who won it first? Who want to be here longer? You want to be a Steeler? Take the deal. That's what it is.
That's it. You don't? All right. We good. We like both y'all. You know. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see though. One of those guys gonna really get a lot more money potentially in the open market. So both of them are very capable of earning really good contracts because they both can play. They both bring a lot of energy. You know, who's the right fit? Who's the right fit for the Steelers with who will take, a discount for that?
Well, you brought up some good stuff too, man. When you talk about both of their impact, people kind of look at Edmonds and minimize him because he doesn't have those splash plays. But when you talk about the consistency, the physicality, and even towards the end of the year, which you brought up some of that positional flexibility, those are all assets. But then when you talk about Casey and the turnovers, the splash plays, that matters, but the lack of availability does hurt him. So this is why, this is going to continue to be a conversation for a little while until we see what the Steelers are going to do with this thing, man.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask you as well, man, before we start transitioning to some more football stuff, take some time real quick. Talk about your foundation, man, the Will Allen Foundation, man, some of the awesome stuff that you have been doing, man, and, where people can find more information on that as well.
Well, thank you for bringing it up. I really appreciate it. The Will Allen Foundation was started well over a decade ago and, 15 years ago. And I started it to really help support high school students being prepared for life after high school. I feel like every football player I knew was doing something with like sports camps. They did something with hunger and food, or they did like a golf tournament. And I was like, well, who's doing something on the educational side? Who's really helping just normal students, prepare for life? And we all have friends who aren't in the football space or not involved with sports. They're just our friends. And I was like, and, it made me think about my friends who didn't have a plan or didn't go to college. And I said, man, I want to do something about that because I really didn't have a plan. And my parents didn't show me a plan. And that's kind of was the impetus of me thinking about how to serve and give back in a way that was meaningful to me, but also giving a tool, a resource, something tangible a person can really have and take with them for the rest of their lives. And so we started at a school called King High School in Tampa, Florida, with six juniors and seniors. We quickly grew that to like 100 plus students, 3 schools in like 2 years, and was really helping out. And then I came up to Pittsburgh on a free agent deal in 2010. and I met Michelle Rosenthal, one of the best
Shout out
people
to
in Pittsburgh.
Michelle. Awesome lady. Awesome
And
lady.
she would take,
Absolutely, man.
when she ran community relations, and my very first day in the building, she was like, it was like, it was a cold, like, day like this, you know, and I had just signed free agent deal. She's like, oh, I just love she knew everything about my nonprofit. She knew how I was supporting, schools and education and high school students. She's like, you need to go to Westinghouse High School. Now, I had never been in Pittsburgh. This is my first time ever. I don't even know what Homewood was. I didn't know Westinghouse. All I know was Westinghouse was a great inventor. That's it, a business mogul. That's the only thing I knew. So I just said, all right, I'll go to Westinghouse. And I was at Westinghouse High School, at the first school we ever worked at. And it was great. I'm glad she made that recommendation. And we just been expanding. We were at 5 schools here in Pittsburgh. We were at 1 school in Dayton, and we are at Tampa. I consolidated everything to Pittsburgh and southwestern Pennsylvania. We still do some little bit of stuff in Ohio, and but it's been great, man. And we also have a program where we help single parents and single moms during the holidays, which you always come and attend. And I'm very grateful for that.
Oh man,
Deke,
we got pull up.
Deke's come a few times.
Yeah.
And it's just a volunteering opportunity for the community to wrap their arms around people who are really suffering financially, and can't afford, their bills, can't afford to put food on the table, and can't afford to keep, maybe even clothe their children during the holidays. So we don't want people to be homeless or approaching poverty. Yeah. So we help families augment, Christmas gifts. And Charlie Batch does similar work, man. Shout out to Charlie.
Absolutely. Shout out to C Batch.
You know what I mean? Like, man, he's been dedicated to this work in this community for 20 plus years, man. Yeah. And it's amazing to see what he's built. And, I'm just continuing this work and his legacy around that. So my high school program is geared to help, high school students prepare for after high school. We help them with job and career planning. Life skills, leadership skills, and helping them understand what the digital and tech economy will grow into, because they got to be able to take advantage of it, and they got to be able to know how to use it as a tool and a resource. And, and we look at jobs that are in high demand in this region because we want to keep more talent here. We want to train more talent here. Mm-hmm. So we're just like this hub of resources, so that young people can know what access they have. So young people can know what avenue to grow into, and they can share that with their families. They can share that with their loved ones. They can go into the place that they see themselves, right? And then we're just a conduit, and we're here as a hub to say, hey, let's tie you to the right place. So that's why I love the work, is because we're thinking of it from a very innovative approach, but we're doing some meaningful work to help people and help young people, help single moms, single parents. And I'm really purposed and passionate about it.
No, I love it, man. And trust me, man, just as a dude that's been able to parallel with you on some of this stuff, but then also be just a casual viewer of other stuff, man. You doing your thing, man, and we can definitely see the passion. So definitely keep that thing rolling, man. You be inspiring me, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be like you when I grow up, bro. I tell you that all the time. When I grow up, I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna dress like you. I ain't all the way there just yet. You are the best dressed dude I know. I tell you every time I see you. It don't matter where I see you. You always dress perfect.
Tell him to stop, D.
I'm telling you, bro.
Tell him to stop,
I can't
man.
dress like my dog Will over here, man. It's just a certain level of elegance that shows up when he show up, bro.
Well, I'm coming for that spot. I've got some new fits. I got some new gear.
Deke has definitely stepped his gear up, but this is a whole nother level. This is like Paris. Was it Fashion Week in Paris? That's how my man's over here. Like,
you're saying I got a long.
You know what I mean? Like it's tailored everything. I'm like, bro, this your casual gear? Oh man, I just threw this on, bro. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Even the casual gear is tailored. It's nuts, bro. It's nuts. But
funny, man.
But the last thing we got, man, before we get up out of here, do want to ask you, man, what are your thoughts though on this Super Bowl matchup this weekend, man? Who gets it done? How you think this thing plays out?
I like Kansas City. That's always been my pick. You can ask anybody. I
see you.
I mean, I like Philly. I like Philly for so many reasons, man. Like, but I don't know if you're gonna stop Big Red. You know what I mean? I just don't think you're gonna. You know what I mean? Andy Reid, he's something different, man. Like
Facts.
Eric Bieniemy, they've been cooking for a long time, man. And I just with 15 back there, and he's gonna be even more healthier now because he
Oh
had to play
yeah.
back to back. Man, y'all better watch out. That's all I can say.
I
He
like.
did it. He threw for like 320 with no receivers,
Yeah.
zero, like zero.
Facts.
Do you
And
have
and
go ahead.
and he go ahead, Deke. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna ask you about that. No, because this is gonna go off topic. Keep going if you're talking about Mahomes.
I just think for him to make that run he couldn't run for the first down
Yeah.
says it all. In that moment, he made his mind up. He looked downfield. He said, "I got to run for this," and it was just so definitive, And you could see it. And he knew then, I'm gonna win this game. We ain't going to overtime. And that to me was just like, I said, man, that's just a different mentality, and he can only get that based on the scars, the losses, and getting a taste of victory in the Super Bowl and winning that again. He's like, Ankle, we got to go get that.
Okay.
And we got to go get it. We got to. So to me, that's a different dynamic than what I see with Philly. And I'm not saying I think Philly's an excellent team. They execute at a very, very high level. Probably the most consistent in the league as far as execution on both sides of the ball. I just think when you get a team that can execute just as high, or at least somewhat meet that, you got to have a little bit of an X factor. And 15, people keep calling it a Steph Curry. I don't know. I think he gonna be like the LeBron. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the points. Get that point, that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar record.
Oh yeah,
like,
you know what's
what
happening?
I'm
That's
saying?
happening ASAP. Come on now.
Averaging like 30 points a game for his whole career. Like, people don't realize the longevity and the numbers LeBron put up, and he just does it quietly. He does it his way.
Talk
He
about
does it his way.
Talk about
Like, everything he's done his way because he had to. People keep comparing him to like Michael Jordan and Mamba. God bless his soul. But LeBron was like, no, I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna do it. This is my game. This is how I'm like, bro. He had like 15, almost 16,000 points. Like his first few years in Cleveland. He almost doubled his points in like his tenure in Cleveland than he did like in every other. Like, it's just unreal the stats that this guy does. So I compare that to Patrick Mahomes.
Because
he does
of how
it his
just crazy
way.
his number. Yeah, I get
He
it.
does it his
I get
way. The numbers are his style is unorthodox, and it don't matter who at receiver. Just like it don't matter who's on LeBron's team, you going to the championship.
Facts.
Everywhere he's been, he's won a championship and been multiple times.
Talk about it.
What are we talking about?
Come on,
like,
man.
he did it his way.
Let's go.
You can
Let's
never
go.
be mad. So I just think that when you look at the comparison, I love Steph though, because Golden State is my West Coast, my Western team. Like, that's my Western division. I mean, team.
Okay.
So
how you feel about the Lakers though? You ain't rock with the Lakers at all? Not a little bit.
Nah, I ain't. I can't act like I'm a Lakers fan because I like LeBron.
I'm
like,
a Bron fan.
I
tell you it all the time.
I'm not that guy.
I'm a
not
Bron
that
fan.
guy.
Yeah, I support Bron where he goes, but yeah, I'm a Bron fan. Yeah.
So, but I like LeBron, man. You can't deny excellence.
I would agree.
You know what I'm saying? You just can't do it. And I just think that, and I look at the same way with Patrick Mahomes. Like, you can't say there's no drop off in his game. Like, you tell me something he can't do. Exactly.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Nah, he like that though. And that's the thing too, man. I think it's one of those things when you're a dominant player for how long, or just how dominant Mahomes has been, that is the natural response though. You're going to get the ones that acknowledge it and respect it. And then you might get the ones that try to hate it or try to, all right, man, this is going to be the time where he falls over. This will be the time where it's not going to work. But Mahomes continues to show that whatever y'all think he can't do, that boy can definitely do. And do it at an elite level too, man.
Yeah, I just like this game. I mean, it's just different. It's unorthodox. It's his game. He executed at a high level. But yeah, man. This has been fun, man. Deke, you got any more questions?
So Chiefs are your pick?
Chiefs is my pick.
You got
I think it's gonna be like 27-20.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. I mean, that ain't kind of close. That's touchdown difference. That's what you telling me right now. Yeah.
I just don't think nobody has scored over 30 points. I think it'll be
okay. I see what you mean
27-20.
Yeah.
27-20 Chiefs.
I do have one more though, because you were talking about Mahomes.
There it is.
But I didn't want to get too far sidetracked. But then you literally brought it up right when you continued talking. It was the first down run. What was your take on the call?
He
got those extra 15 yards.
On the penalty?
Yeah.
He hit him out of bounds. He shouldn't have did it. It's a rookie mistake.
He hit him out of bounds.
Like, it's a rookie mistake. Like, the guy's a rookie. He was running full speed over there. He blacked out. And he pushed up.
He said, I'm going to make a play.
There,
oh, no.
I've been there.
That's the first thing I said on the show, bro.
There.
On the show, I was like, look, man, when you backside and you didn't chase and you in a big moment, you want to make a play, bro, you not stopping. You going to hit him anyways. That's what he did right there. Yeah.
And
he definitely did that.
He was crying in the car. He was crying in the car. He gonna cry in the car. Watch.
Because I definitely wanted to make the play though. And, like I said, I get it. When you running, you like, bro, I'm gonna hit this dude. They gonna say my name today. And you like, bro, he was definitely out of bounds though, bro.
Man. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. I've been there, man. That's an empty feeling, but I have never done it in the AFC Championship game. I tell you that. When the money on the line, when the bread on the line.
The game was over essentially, man. Like you live to fight another play. You gonna make them have to kick from 60 or whatever. Like, but bro, that hurt him. That definitely hurt him.
Listen. I've done that in games, even as a rookie. I tell you this is something like. You want to hear something even more embarrassing? Probably just as my rookie year. I've never. Listen. On my rookie year, I'm playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm wearing the ugliest number in the locker room, 37. No shot. No. But hold on. Cornell Lake wore 37.
Shout out to C Lake. Shout out
to C Lake. But it didn't look good on me. That's all I'm gonna say. So I had 37.
He said it didn't look good on me.
It didn't look good on me. So I had 37, and this is I didn't play no kickoff return or punt return. Yeah, I played outside as a jammer. I played no kickoff return the whole preseason and even during training camp. Never. I didn't even take practice reps at it. First game of the year. Guess who's at tackle? Guess who's at the left T on the depth chart? Me. So I'm running down. We playing Washington Redskins. I'm like, man, I don't even know what to do. I mean, I'm just in practice. It's 90,000 people. My heart started beating and racing. I'm like, just get in front of the guy. Don't
get on the train tracks. Oh Lord,
bro. I got on the train track, and then I threw him. Guess who got a flag, 15-yard penalty on the first play of the home of the 2004 opening season game? Will Allen,
the rookie.
It's the first play, the rookie, man. Like, come on, you gonna start the game off just like how can you start the game off with a penalty in the very first game that you play in your life?
15-yard variety too. It's like, dang, you got man, you gotta do better, bro. But you rebounded though. You rebounded from that though.
Exactly.
It's all about the
all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is I ain't do it in the AFC Championship.
Respect.
So it was a penalty beat, and
felt like a soft call. Punishment didn't fit the crime. But you're right. By the letter of the law, yeah, you can't do that. But I just feel like there needs to be like a common sense type of rule or some type of just where you sit back and say, are we really doing this?
Explain yourself, Attorney Deke.
Come on, common sense. You're watching the game. Did that deserve a 15-yard penalty? I feel like how the game played out too.
What are you talking about?
That game just should have went to overtime. It should have went to overtime.
Deke, what are you talking about? The guy had two.
He tapped him. He did. He put his
Patrick Mahomes
barely put his hand on him.
White.
Mahomes did a pretty good acting job too. I mean,
hey, look. Mahomes had 2 feet in the white. My man Joseph dove in. I'm like, God damn, bro. Could you have made him look a little less egregious?
Hold on. This is how you know it was very intentional. Both of them was past the bench. Okay? Both of them was past the bench. And Patrick Mahomes took out 2 people. So it was egregious and it didn't deserve a fine. That's why that was on the personal foul.
Yeah, personal foul is gonna cost. Absolutely.
Personal foul, yeah.
Yes.
And it goes up higher in the AFC Championship game.
Come on, man.
The fines increase.
Yeah, that's
so instead of 25, it's probably 50, you know. And so now his whole game check gone now.
The boy that played for free and he lost.
He done played for free that game, and he lost, and he cried on the bench. Come on, man. Come on. Was it worth it? Think about the trade-off, man. Think about the trade-off.
Hey, shout out to Cincinnati then. Shout out to them Bengals then. All right, we just gonna leave it at that. Take that with you, Cincy. Take that with you.
Yeah, worked out. They got to go home.
Hey, man. Hey, so you already know we're going to do this again because I want to throw this out there too, man, for the crowd, obviously for Deke. My dog Will wanted to be in studio with us.
Oh, sweet.
He wants to be on camera with us, and I wanted him here, but logistically, we still working through all that, all right? But just know, we going to have you pull back up, man. We're going to have you in this thing in the spot with us. I'm just throwing it out there, all right? Just so you can know.
I got some things up my sleeve for the in-person for the in-person dialogue. I have some things up my sleeve.
Yeah, and you know I'm looking forward to that. You know I'm always looking forward to that type of stuff right there, man. But you already know, bro. Appreciate the heck out you, man, tapping in with us, man, spending some time on your busy day.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Wish nothing but the best to you and the fam, bro.
What you got? One more thing. If anybody wants to know how they can reach the Will Allen Foundation,
yes.
Go to Will Allen FDN.org. And you can go to Will Allen Foundation. You can support us, look at our programs, but that, see where we're up to. But it's Will Allen FDN.org.
I just dropped it in the chat, and I'm gonna make sure I put it on the description for you as well, man. Gotta get that info out there, bro. Because like I said, man, you a big dog in the community. You one of my inspirations on and off the field, baby. So definitely appreciate you, bro. Definitely appreciate you, man.
Humbling,
Come on, man. You know you that guy. Stop playing.
Just grateful, man.
All right.
Deke, man, appreciate you having me on the show, man. This was fun.
Oh, yeah. Anytime.
There it is.
All right, y'all.
There it is. I appreciate you again, bro. Peace.
Peace, bro.
All right. Appreciate it.
Shout out to the homie right there, Will Allen. Former teammate of mine.
And
man.
Everyone's asking about the cheetah question.
I did see that. At the end.
Well, we're getting close on time here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to screw you over.
Yeah.
And also, you said he was coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back.
We can ask that question anytime.
And that's it. Since he wants to be in person, I think that's the one for the in-person convo as well.
Sure.
Just want to throw that out there. A couple of housekeeping things. We are sponsored today, so I got to make sure we shout that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take a sip real quick.
Works for me. Because if you look in the top of the corner above Deke's head, you see there's a logo up there, and it is Giraffe Kings Sportsbook. You know the leaders in the sportsbooking world, man. Top rated, safe, secure. When you're talking about sports booking, when you're talking about the potential to earn money, these are the type of sites that you want, specifically because of that reliability, because of how easy it is to use as well, and the plethora of options that you have, whether you're talking same game parlays, whether you're talking futures bets. Shoot, we know the football season just ended, but for other sports that are popping up, NBA, we know March Madness is going to be coming up. Any of the things you're trying to potentially put wagers down on and have an opportunity to make a little money off of, who's going to pick you in the draft?
Absolutely. This is the app you want to use. Now, we don't just talk about them if we ain't got something for you, okay? Because we are team promo code over here. Because if we got a promo code, that can help y'all out, all right? So when you first download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, make sure you utilize the promo code MOATS, MOATS, when you make your first wager, okay? Because your first bet of a minimum of $5, you make that, you will receive $200 in free bets to utilize to get an opportunity to make more money. I mean, it's a dope concept. It's free money. That's what it sounds like. Free money is what it sounds like to me. So you got to make sure you use that promo code MOATS. All right. But we also know There's some people struggle, Deke. Some people can't have that much fun.
It happens.
Shoot, I know this one person, man, they had a gambling problem, some crisis counseling, and they needed some referral services. So the New York folk, I told them, man, this is number right here that you can call or text. But for the people that were living in other parts of the area, the number they needed to call was 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. I said you better go. 1-800-GAMBLER. That's what you better call. Back to regular schedule programming.
X Concepts 21. Moats beating a cheetah with that high note.
You know, be like that sometimes, bro. You know, sometimes you gotta just let
So
them
maybe
know
that's your technique.
You know, just aggressive with it. Just sing it. Remember in Mortal Kombat you had was it Sindel? She was screaming, ah! And that made people get scared. Maybe that's what it was, bro.
Hannibal 090. Here comes Arthur Van Dross.
You peep the game. You know what I'm on. Y'all see what I'm on. Y'all know what we on. If you don't catch that Luther when it's the that's the Luther right there, bro. Everybody know that, man. That's Luther.
Yeah, people say they literally let their dogs outside the house when this happens.
Dante Baker was like, yo, that's it, bro. He's like, yo, when you sing it like that, I put it on repeat. I actually had people clip that part and make that into their like ringtone on their phone.
Really?
Yeah, you call them, it's like, yo, go. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So yeah, man. No. Can't make this up, bro. Can't make this up, man. Absolutely, man.
So we're at 6:32 right now.
So a couple of things we're gonna do. We did get breaking news. So let's talk about that briefly. I think it might have actually popped up in the supers, or were you at Superwise? Because I think we should just have like a handful left. Yeah, just a handful left. And actually one of them pops up. So yeah, let's tap into that real quick.
Well, it's between them as the DC for the Vikings, the Broncos DC, and the Cardinals as a head coach.
Yep.
Hey man, good for him. Like we said this, we were playing with house money, just having him on our coaching staff last year.
I know the video crowd got it. For the audio only crowd, Coach Brian Flores. Yeah. I was like, they ain't gonna have a clue who we talking about right now. Yeah, Brian Flores, Steelers linebackers coach, defensive assistant, has officially, I think it's official now, taken the DC defensive coordinator job with the Minnesota Vikings. He can be out there with Lizzo. Shout out to Lizzo, too. You know, she won a Grammy last night, too. Shout out to her, man. It's about dang time. But, yeah, man.
He'll be with Kirk,
Coach
too.
Flo, it's a great scenario. He's going to feel
I feel bad for Flores.
He's like, bro, my
huge
offense
downgrade
upgraded.
At quarterback.
His offense just upgraded immensely. Kirk's worst year. Think about, man, Kirk. That was a bad year for Kirk last year. Oh man, you seen what Kirk was on, bro. That's
Flores
a bad year for Kirk.
is gonna be doing so many good things with that Vikings defense. We'll get them living up to their potential, and then it's gonna be all for naught.
It sounds
Kirk
good.
Cousins picking next year's wild card.
It sounds real good, man. You know what? Even if you're in the wild card, he gonna be like, dang, I ain't get to go here last year, man. He gonna feel good, bro.
He'll be seeing on the other side.
He gonna feel good, man.
Steelers wild card, boom, check mark. Steelers divisional, check mark. AFC Championship. He'll be like, oh man, I was on that. I could have been part of that team. They're advancing through the playoffs.
We can't say Justin Jefferson is elite without acknowledging Kirk Cousins. That's all I'm saying. They kind of go hand in hand. But I do think it's a great move for Coach Flo, man. I hate the fact that he's leaving because, man, I think that he is an awesome coach, is an awesome dude to be around from the time that I spent with him. But yeah, man, I think it's a great move for him, man. He's gonna have a very talented group. When you talk about a guy like Eric Kendricks, we don't have a guy like that here. To me personally, we got good players, but to me, Kendricks is one of those guys. So I do like that for Coach Flo, and some of the passers that he have up there as well, man. We'll see what they do on the back end with Pat P and couple, those guys like that. But yeah, I think, man, for Brian Flores, man, it's right. I hate the fact that he got to rebuild it, so to speak, in terms of going the DC route to get back to a head coaching job. But this is the next step for him, man. So I'm super happy for him. Like I said, it sucks that he had to leave us, but He's one step closer where he's supposed to be.
You're right. I think he deserves to get a head coaching
Yeah.
job as soon as the Dolphins fired him.
Yeah, man.
But, yeah, this is an upgrade for him in terms of title, in terms of responsibilities. And, I mean, we saw what he did with the Patriots and their defense when he was the DC up there. Even with the Dolphins, got that team that was trying to tank, be actually good, be actually competitive, be actually a good defense at times. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll do fine with the Vikings, and then I think it'll just be a matter of time, and then he'll be a head coach at some point.
Yeah.
It's just nice we had him for last year. I thought we could get one more year, but
it happens like that. It happens. It's all good. It's all good. All right. All righty.
So do we want to hit supers?
Let's see how quickly we could go through the supers, because I would need to be done by 40. Definitely by 40.
We'll
We
go
got
as
like
quick as
5
possible.
minutes. Shit.
Phantom TV. Deke, it's not that Steeler fans don't like Kenny. It's just he made a lot of really sus plays to start his career off that make us look at him sideways.
But as Will Allen said, he recalibrated. He fixed it. And we like how he finished. See? It's not how you start. It's can you progress?
I think
Can you
guys could have caught some balls too.
Can you keep
that hit
going in the
their
right
hands.
direction,
Claypool kind of fell down in the Dolphins game on one of those picks.
Hey, man. Either way, a contested catch is still a defender in the area. So
No. We're talking. That's a different one.
Yeah.
The one in the Jets game, there it was the defender that kind of hit him. The Dolphins one,
Yeah.
like he like legit fell. Remember it? And then it like went
Oh,
it
that
soared
way.
over him.
Okay. So one of them. That we really talking about one of them? That's
Well,
what we're doing right now?
We could talk the Jets game, the one off Fryman's hands, and the Jets game as well.
Was it a little high?
It's a little high.
All right. We ain't doing that. We focus right now. We gonna roll. We ain't tripping.
I like what you said, though. A little recalibration.
Yeah, it's all about the recalibration, bro. Absolutely.
Phantom TV also Moats, what is the paperwork teams hand you when they're interested in you during the draft process?
It is literally just your information. They're trying to get your address, your phone number, who your agent is. That's all. As fans and media, we make a bigger deal of it, but literally that's it. They want to make sure that they're in communication with you. They don't want to have to look for you, because you think about how many players are out there. It's a lot of guys, you know what I mean? So that's more so what they're doing. It's just making sure that you got the right information and that they have the right information. That's it. Email address, my mama phone number, my daddy phone number, my uncle, second contact, like that type of stuff.
Dondre Zoe, Coach Flo to the Vikings. Just confirming the information.
Yeah,
It just
man.
dropped. Phantom TV, ask him about DeJuan Jones and Paris, Ohio State guys.
Oh, no. When we have him back on, because I do want to have him on, it'll probably be around the draft time. That's what I was thinking and stuff like that. So, yeah, we'll ask him about them type of dudes, absolutely, because, yeah, that's some. You heard the OHIO come out and we started talking Braun. I don't know if he was peeping that. He got a lot of that OHIO.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got a strong sense of pride right there. I like it, man. For those that don't know, my dog Will Allen, what he did at Ohio State, man, just Google him, baby. It ain't hard. McGahee, I love you. But, yeah.
Phantom TV, why is everyone saying Casey was injured? Wasn't he suspended for using steroids, or am I tripping?
Both. Yeah,
He got suspended at the right time while he was injured.
He got hurt first and then got suspended while he was hurt. That's what happened. Yeah, so he initially broke, it was like his wrist or forearm or whatever. That's why when he came back, he had that big like club one. So that was initially what happened for him to get on injured reserve. Then while he was on injured reserve, then he got suspended for the PEDs, and it just kind of like went hand to hand. But that was also why when the suspension was over, he still necessarily wasn't back to us just yet, because he was still recovering. So it was actually both of those things.
Let's go, UW. Will and TG live for draft night? Question mark. Fearsome foursome.
Uh-oh.
That could be a good golf group, too.
That would be
He
a
said
good.
fearsome foursome.
Trust me, they golf too. No.
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 Wait.
Let me explain. Can I explain what I mean?
Okay.
So they golf in the sense of TG will go golf. Like, you know how if you asked me 10 years ago, hey, Mo, you want to go golf? Absolutely not. Get out of here.
Yeah,
TG goes and golfs.
I remember you saying
Like,
that.
he will go golf. Will Allen, he's actually a golfer. He golfs.
So we could have a matchup.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Will actually
like
golfs.
me and you, or me and TG
Yeah.
versus Will Allen in the office.
But the problem is going to be, to me, I'm watching TG.
You're better than TG.
Yeah, right now, absolutely. Yeah. So I
Okay.
don't think it'll be fair. Will's good though. Will's definitely good, but he plays like a lot. So that's the thing.
He
That's
might
why-
beat me. Is he like low 80s? Low 80s?
Flirting
10
with
over
it. I think he's
par
flirting with it.
usually?
Yeah, like he's definitely a good.
We're probably the
golfer with it,
same
yeah.
then. If there's momentum, pull up to Rivers. You can collab with Ambition.
There it is.
We'll think about it.
I like how you pushing it too, man. I like your promo game on 1,000. Just remember that, man.
One more minute. Sean McCartney, I agree with what Alan said about going for D-line early in the draft. I'd like us to go more for a nose tackle. Names that come to mind, I can't pronounce this.
That's the guy from Baylor. Yep.
Defensive tackle. Keanu Benton, Maisie Smith, and possibly PJ Mustafer.
Okay. And I know we were going to talk D-line prospects. We're just going to move that till Wednesday's show. Just giving y'all the heads up on that. Yeah.
King Stacks, Deke, we chilling this summer, bagging all the woes.
There it is.
Hey, man. I mean, I got these new fits. I don't know how his game is. I mean, we'll see. I got these new fits. I'm supposed to be looking good this summer. We'll see what I can do.
Drip God. Shout out to Deke. I like it.
We'll see what smoke shows are coming my way.
I like it. Hide them all. Hide them all. If your girl out here, boy, don't hang around Deke now. Don't hang around Deke.
Oh, if I get those gold chains too.
Oh, it's a wrap. And the taco meat, the way it stop playing with that, man. But with that being said, are we caught up? I think we are caught up.
That's it.
Shout out to each and every one of y'all that was with us today. Shout out to my dog Deke. Shout out to my dog Will Allen, man, pulling up, man, jumping on the show with us. Hit that like button on the way out of this thing. Subscribe if you have not done so either. Appreciate you. And until next time, baby.
Peace.